Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And they're getting set to tip off against the defending champion Boston Celtics tonight at Scotiabank Arena. Welcome to Tangerine Raptors basketball. Jim Taddy high above the action, going courtside to Paul Jones and Javon Shepard. Jonesy, the Celtics have a better road record than home record, which can be problematic. There's no exam here, but it is a big test, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is, Jim. And if you're Toronto, you want to kind of keep it going. You're riding the heels of a good win. You've played well in your last four. And, you know, maybe you can keep it going. Maybe you can keep it going if you're the Raptors. Boston has just been introduced. Their starters, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White, and Drew Holiday. A formidable group. And we'll get the Raptors starters shortly here as the lights will go down. And Javon, for the Celtics and defending champs, I'm expecting a good crowd and hopefully an engaged crowd in this arena tonight. Lights are down. Video playing on the board high above as the Raptors are getting set to be introduced to the crowd. Skyline of Toronto playing and pyrotechnics going off. The NBA loves to make it a show. Don't they? I mean, it's part of the entertainment business,
Part of
Javon. J.D. Rawls, Carl Lane, and Mark Davis will be your officials when we tip it off. Toronto Raptors have been in games recently. As I said, 3 of the last 4, they've been in it, just not able to close it out until last game against Golden State. Time for the starters right now. Let's go courtside to Mark Strong.
We the North, born and bred, bringing the saga to the 6. It's time for number 9, R.J. Barrett. Going hard at the point guard. We're at number 45 from Georgia. Let's hear it for Davion Mitchell. The big man in the middle, holding it down with the number 19, Mr. Double-Double. This is your Colonel. The kid from Kansas, wearing number 1. You know the name. Give it up for Grady Dick. And your Raptors NBA All-Star at 6'8" from Florida State. Make some noise for your boy, Scotty Barnes. Head coach of the Toronto Raptors is Darko Rajakovic.
All right, there are the starters for the Toronto Raptors. And as always, the starting lineup is driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. Well, there'll be no test driving now. We're about to tip it off and start playing hoop for real. The Raptors will wear the red with the black trimming. The Raptors chevron up the middle. And the Celtics will wear the green, but a little darker green, not the Kelly green. The Celtic green. They look more like somebody stole the Seattle Seahawks football jerseys and made them basketball jerseys. What do you think, Josh? I'm not too far off there? Got a little green with highlighter green on it. Hey man, it doesn't matter what they wear, where they play. This is big-time basketball going on tonight here at Scotiabank Arena. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, you heard from Taddy Ward, Lewinberg, producer Owen Hall, and Matt Cardadero back at Raptor Central up top. Cameron Moore looking after Taddy and company. Cameras out on the floor, and they will retreat as we get set to tip it off. Mark Davis will step into the center circle. Man, the shine on his shoes is something else, man. You're like, my guy's going to church on a Sunday. The tip is batted around. And it's Boston ball. Mark Davis thought it was an over and back, but there was no control. The ball was being volleyballed. Finally, the Celtics have it, and they will get the first touch. And they'll get it first in the fourth quarter as well. Raptors will handle at the start of periods 2 and 3. Inside, the pass to Jaylen Brown. They got the foul on Davion Mitchell. Too bad, because Pirtle was in perfect help position.
And Davion was similar defense that we've seen against Steph the other night, where he's trailing Brown, forcing him into the paint, cutting off the water. And you could hear Scotty Barnes yelling to Grady Dix and Derek White to the middle.
Tatum, deep three, no good. Long rebound, Davion Mitchell. Raptors first touch as they move left to right. Mitchell, near side, kicks it up top to Scotty. Drive into the lane, kick to Davion. Corner three is down in the bottom of the well. 3-0 Raptors. Inside out basketball, Javon, yielding dividends.
How simple is that, right? You get it in, get it out. Davion shot ready, which makes a huge difference.
Tatum, far side, gets it to Derek White. Drives, loses the handle. Mitchell comes away with it for Toronto. Quick hit ahead to Barnes. Scotty, three, near side, good again. In the bottom of the well, 6-0 Toronto.
And 2 good shots for the Raptors, right? On the first play, Scotty making the assist, and now him being the beneficiary, walking into the transition 3.
Well, Boston hangout. Terrible beating on the Raptors last time. 71 points. And the biggest deficit in franchise history. The Raptors taking a little motivation from the ultimate tough guy sitting courtside, Charles Oakley. Pirtle lays it up and in. Scotty with a great pass going down the lane. Raptors go up 8-2. Holiday up top. Works far side, right wing on Mitchell. Gets it to Porzingis. Puts it on the ground. Dribble handoff, Derek White. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound to Pirtle. Outlet Mitchell. Cross court to Grady. Jabs, drives, floats it up, no good, but the foul called. A quick attack by Grady, and he'll be rewarded with free throws.
I like that attack by Grady, because twice in this game, Derek White has seen Grady in front of him and decided he's going to try and get a straight line drive to the basket, try and challenge him a bit, test him a bit. Well, Grady gets this next possession right now, and as soon as he's seen White in front of him, right to the rack, right? Picks up, draws a foul, gets himself to the free throw line. But I like the aggression in the mentality that, okay, you're going to attack me on the offensive end. All right, I'm going to come back down, and I'm going to show you a bit of something too.
One.
Free throws by Grady, good. Raptors up 10-2. 8-point lead at the 10-minute mark, first quarter. Tatum near side into the corner. Brown, shot fake, drives baseline, kicks it out to Tatum. Screen and roll with Derek White. White inside the arc. Short 2, no good. Rebound Barrett. Raptors looking for more, looking for a double-figure lead on this trip. Barrett drives, gets to the basket, turns, fires on Derek White, no good. Rebound Porzingis. Here comes Boston. They come towards Bay Street, right to left across your dial. 9:20 first quarter, 10-2 Raptors. Holiday into the lane with a left hand layup is good. Far side, left hand to the middle, Drew Holiday lays it in. Raptor lead cut to 10-4. Barnes up top, kicks to Grady, wide open three, got it down the bottom of the well. It's the Raptors with three-point prowess, 3 of 3 right now, leading 13-4.
They loaded up that strong side, so the help has to come from the single side, which Grady was set up on. As soon as Scotty comes off that screen to the left hand, He zips that thing out to Grady. And again, his man is a tagger. He's shooting that basketball from about 30 feet out. It was Drew Holiday, that has the tag. Pirtle does a good job setting the screen, pinning him in, and Grady finishing the rest.
Well, the foul was called on the Raptors. It went on Davion Mitchell. And then on his way out, he had a little bit too much to say, and official J.D. Rawls saying, and that'll cost you. What's the technical now? It used to be $2,500. In this day and age, with all this money,
it's a little bit more than I'm willing to pay.
It's probably up in Taddy range. You could have a technical foul or buy yourself a couple of bottles of champagne. Maybe that's what the refs do with the money. Who knows? Although it does, Doc Rivers does say it goes to the league, all the fine money. Boston misses a long three. Back come the Raptors. Abaji on the run out, lays it up and in.
And RJ, that's a great bounce pass because everybody was going high to deflect it. And mid-pass, he changed the angle on it and made it a little bounce pass from a half, that left-handed pass. And Abaji didn't get a clean catch, but he got a clean finish.
8:33 first quarter timeout. Joe Mazzulla. Raptors 15, Celtics 5. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
How can you protect your keys? Simply attach a War Amps key tag to your key ring. If you lose your keys, the finder can call the number on the back of the tag or drop them in any mailbox, and the War Amps will return them to you by courier for free. Today, the key tag service is more important than ever with the high replacement cost of keys and remote devices. War Amps key tags. They're free and they work. Order yours at waramps.ca and help make a difference in the lives of amputees.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Back in Toronto at Scotiabank Arena. 8:33 first quarter. Toronto 15, Boston 5. Good start by the Raptors, Javon. 5 of 6. Knocked down all 3 from behind the arc. Celtics 0 of 3 from distance. 2 of 6. And Joe Mazzulla's seen enough as he's made some subs and put Peyton Pritchard into the game.
Offensively, the Raptors have done a good job of getting good shots, right? They made 5 of 6, like you mentioned, but 5 assists on those 5 made baskets. And they've been clean, open ones. I think on the defensive side, Grady's done a good job of standing up. You know, Derek White standing up. You know, they tried to attack him a couple times, and he's taken on that challenge.
Boston front court coming right to left toward Bay Street. Porzingis in the lane, floats it up and in. Got the switch on Barrett and used that
and that's the inside game as well, right? They come out of a timeout, and no, it's not a three-point shot. You get Porzingis coming off of a curl, curls it tight again, and gets a switch on RJ.
15-7. Barrett near side, drives into the lane. Comes out the other side, tries to get it to Pirtle. And Jaylen Brown knocked it away. Here come the Celtics. Holiday, front court to Porzingis. Backdoor cut, Jaylen Brown jams it down. Back-to-back deuces for Boston. Raptor lead cut to 15-9.
Abaji falling asleep on that on the single side. There's no help for him, right? And Brown takes a step towards him, gets back door.
Scotty deep 3 out top. Had Peyton Pritchard on him. Surprised he didn't try to big boy him. Drew Holiday down low. On the pass inside, floats it up, no good, but fouled by Abaji. The last 3 buckets by Boston have been of the quick strike variety, Javon.
Yeah, and Raptors also have to understand that they're going to respond, right? Coming out of the timeout, it was 15-5, and you've seen the last couple of looks have all been at the basket, so don't expect them to just settle at the three-point line. They're going to turn up that intensity, turn up the aggression, and try and get looks at the basket right now.
Drew Holiday knocks down the first one. That's how old I am. I played against Drew's dad when he was a backcourt mate of Byron Scott at Arizona State. Pretty good genes. 3 brothers, 3 kids. Sean Holiday, all in the league. Justin, Aaron, Drew. And apparently Drew says his dad's still dunking and he's over 50, so that'll tell you something. 15-11, 6 straight for Boston. Grady, front court for Toronto, into the corner. Barrett, catch and shoot 3, bingo in the bottom of the well.
That's great spacing. As Grady's coming off that screen to the right hand, RJ spacing out, flattening out to the baseline, and Brown turns his back, Drew Holiday, and RJ gets that open shot.
Porzingis hoists the 3 up top, it's good.
That's
gets
tough.
the 3 back, 18-14 Toronto.
That is tough to guard, right? He's taking that shot from 27 feet out. How can you recover?
Grady 3, no good. Rebound Porzingis. Peyton Pritchard on the push. Front court, guarded by Scotty Barnes. Scotty pushes up on him. Pritchard gives it up. Off to Jaylen Brown, far side, right wing above the arc. Now gets a switch on Grady, gets into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Abaji. 6:25 first quarter, Raptors up 18-14. Grady, shot fake to Pirtle. Now to Barrett. RJ into the corner. Abaji 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Jaylen Brown. 6:10 first quarter, Raptors with a 4-point edge, 18-14. Here comes Boston. Right to left. Pritchard into the corner to Tatum. Shot fake, goes down the baseline, floats it up, no good. Rebound, he gets it back. Kicks it to Pritchard, to Porzingis. His 3 is good. The Raptor lead is cut to 1. 18-17, and Darko wants a timeout.
Who hits those last 2 shots, right? It's Porzingis, 27-footer, and then another 27-footer. And you have guys that are trying to close out, but you think about how much real estate they have to cover and then close out on the 7-footer, knocking it down from the top of the 3. Tough.
All right, 5:52 first quarter. Let's take a break. 18-17, Raptors by 1. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
We are summer. Are you ready?
It's coming soon. North America's largest indoor boat show. The Toronto International Boat Show. Check out the world's largest indoor lake for boaters. Wakeboard championships, water ski shows, glow-in-the-dark boating, and more. January 18th to 26th at the Enercare Center.
We are summer. Are you ready?
We are summer.
The Toronto Boat Show.
Visit TorontoBoatShow.com.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
.552 first quarter. Raptors had a 10-point lead, but it's been shaved down as the Celtics have cut it to 1 at 18-17. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors. and their fans. Jamal Shead will check into the ball game. And love the way the young man has been playing, especially of late. I've liked his play all year, but he's picked it up with some confident shooting.
Yeah, and just watching him shoot the basketball in the warm-ups before anybody got in here, he looks so good, getting enough arc on the shot, and the follow-throughs changed a bit. And
on cue,
the floater, he worked on that exact floater, Jonesy, in pregame, getting the contact, absorbing it, getting into the paint, and throwing that ball in the air, getting enough under it, soft touch.
On cue, he knocks down the deuce. Holiday backs him down, doesn't get the shot to go. It's tipped away. Pirtle finally squeezes it. Off to Shead, who runs it front court. Stutter dribble to Barrett. Drives baseline on Porzingis, kicks it out. Abaji, now to Grady, far side. Screen and roll, great pass to Abaji. It's blocked though by Porzingis. Back come the Celtics. 2017 Toronto. Tatum pull-up three, transition no good. Rebound Grady, brings it front court. Drew Holiday ball hawking him, except they get it to Shead. Now to Grady, into the lane, kicks it to Barrett. RJ drives into the lane, quick shot against Porzingis, no good. Rebound to Tatum, quick hit ahead to Pritchard. On the drive to the baseline, puts it up, no good, but the foul on Shead.
That's a good foul by Shead, right? Pritchard did a good job pushing the basketball, and the other four guys didn't get back in transition. The other red shirts, Shead did a good job of standing him up, providing some resistance, but Pritchard got a little bit too far under the basket and forcing him to make it two tough ones at the line as opposed to just giving up the easy two.
Peyton Pritchard at the line, knocks down the first free throw. Only Celtics player to play in every game so far this season. 4:43 first quarter. Raptors with a 2018 lead. Make it 2019 as Pritchard knocks down the second one. Here come the Raptors front court, left to right in the red uniforms. Shead up top. Far side, Celtics in the zone. Raptors get it inside to Shead, who was trying to kick it out, and it hit Cornette right in the noggin and went out of bounds. It'll stay with Toronto. Front court, Raptors inbound. Abaji has the shot blocked, gets it back to Bruce Brown. Back to Ochai, now to Shead. Jamal, step back, three, good. Down the bottom of the well.
Hey!
As RJ's been yelling lately, shoot the ball, Jamal.
Well, if he's going to be shooting the basketball like this, shoot it. You got to shoot it.
23-19, Barrett into the lane, floats it up, no good. But a late but proper foul call is going to send RJ Barrett to the line for two. .404 to go first quarter. Raptors up 23-19. Barrett free throw no good. There's one thing I would say to RJ is you got to make the free ones.
Got to finish your breakfast.
He's only 70%, and with his skill and ability, he should be north of that line. He misses two. 4 minutes to go. First quarter. Boston down 4, coming front court in the dark green with highlighter green trim. Cornette kicks it out. Horford, three, short. Rebound Abaji. Great block out by Bruce Brown on the taller Cornette. Shead kicks it to Brown. Near side, above the arc. Now gets it to Pirtle. Pirtle holding, gets it to Barrett. RJ, three up top, no good. Rebound Sam Hauser. 3:25 first quarter. Raptors by 4, 23-19. Pritchard on the bounce, far side. Down the baseline, comes out the near side, has Pirtle on him. Now drives into the lane. Kicks it to Horford, to Tatum, three in the air, good. 23-22, Raptor lead cut to 1. Celtics sitting in the zone. Abaji up top. Gets it to Shed. Now to Barrett, near side. RJ drives and lays it in. Nice move on Cornette. RJ gives Toronto a 25-22 lead.
Created by Shed, right? The left to right crossover, getting into the paint with the kick out, and RJ playing off the catch, working the baseline.
Tatum 3, no good. Long rebound, Hauser. Kicks it out, Pritchard. Shot fake, drive, floats it up to Cornette for the jam. Boston cuts the lead back to 1, 25-24.
That's something Abaji didn't really have a chance unless you cut out the legs of Cornette. Once that ball gets up in the air, right, that's an easy two.
Boston in the zone makes the steal as the Raptors try to enter it to Pirtle in the middle. Pritchard back to Horford, straight away, now to Cornette. Into the far corner to Tatum. Backs in on Shed, turns, fires, no good, rebound to Pirtle.
Good job there by Shed standing up. Tatum in the post is 1 for 6 in this quarter. Tough, slow start for Tatum, but again, Shed doing it on the offensive end, and you know what he's going to do on the perimeter on the defensive end, but showing you some post defense as well, Jonesy. Post.
25-24, Raptors by 1. They call a timeout with 1:56 to go, first quarter. See what they can get out of this timeout. They have yet to give up the lead.
I think
after scoring early and having a 10-point edge.
One thing in this timeout that you want to address if you're Coach Darko is attacking Boston's zone, right? And it's a little unorthodox zone. It's like a matchup.
Matching up out of it, yeah.
You have Tatum in the middle of the zone there. I think for Coach Darko, it's like, okay, how are we going to initiate our offense, right? And how are we going to get the basketball into those gaps so that you can create those advantages and move the basketball to get open shots? Because in zones, teams have a tendency to get a bit stagnant and then settle for shots. Or, you know, what the zone also does is not just force you, you know, into three-point shots, contested ones, but it forces you to think more. And while you're thinking more, time's running off of the clock. So getting into your offense crisper so you can execute faster.
1:56 first quarter. Raptors leading 25-24. They'll also have some fresh legs in the game. Scotty Barnes checks in. It'll be Barnes, Abaji, Shed, Brown, and Olynyk. Olynyk gets it to Barnes, up top against Hauser. Dribble handoff to Shed. On the bounce, Shed gets into the lane, floats it up, no good. Oh, they're going to call offensive foul on Shed. Carl Lane saying he's clearing out with the elbow.
That sucks there because he's going to pick up his second on this attack, and I thought Cornette stuck his nose in there.
Man, the offensive player should have right away. Pritchard, front court. Gets it to Tatum. 1:34 first quarter, Boston down 1, looking for the lead. Pritchard, 3, near side is good. Boston up 27-25. Boucher getting set to check in. Shed gets it to Abaji. Now they find Olynyk, back to Shed, far side. Kicks it up top, Ochai. Near side Barnes, down low Olynyk, shot clock at 8. Kelly into the lane. Floater up, no good. Looked like he rushed it, Kelly, had a smaller player on him. Pritchard into the lane. Kicks it to Hauser, catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound Barnes. Here comes Scotty, front court to Shed. Pull up 3 for Jamal, no good. Long rebound Horford. 45 seconds, first quarter, 27-25 Boston. Tatum on the logo, a step inside center. Down to Horford, lays it up and in, far side, coming down the baseline right wing. 4-point Boston lead, 29-25. Olynyk in the lane, gets it to Barnes, who is defended by Pritchard, and they're going to get Pritchard on the foul. Good recognition by Toronto.
Yeah, the right idea. And Kelly recognized that right away. So does Scotty Barnes, and gets right to the post up. Horford was trying to switch out of the corner off of Bruce Brown, and Scottie Pippen draws that foul right before.
Barnes inbound. Gets it to Brown. Floater on the baseline, no good. Tipped up, no good. Rebound, Hauser. 15 seconds. That's what's left. First quarter. Tatum on the bounce against Abaji. Pull up three in the air. Rattles, doesn't go, and that's the way the quarter ends. As Boston storms back from being down 10 to take its biggest lead of the game at 4 after the first lap, 29-25.
Great start for the Raptors in this quarter, right? They scored 25 points, gave up 29, but they're going to have to address that 3-2 zone that Boston has out there because offense got a little stagnant the last 2 minutes of the quarter.
Second quarter when we come back, 29-25 Boston. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Canada's team. Canada's sports leader. Jack, Matt, Kayla, Kia, Kate, Leo, and Sam bring you the Toronto Raptors.
They're going to give you everything they got every night.
All season long on TSN.
Hello!
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I've got to tell you why Planet Fitness works for me, and I know it will work for you. First and foremost, it's safe, clean, and a breeze to get in and out of because I use the Planet Fitness mobile app. And with most gyms being open 24/7 and the crowd meter feature on the app, I can work out on my schedule, not the gym schedule. So sign up today at planetfitness.ca or pop into any of the dozens of locations throughout the GTA and get back in the gym at Planet Fitness.
Looking for some fun this winter? Visit the Skate Lending Library for free skate rentals, helmets, and skating aids. Proudly presented by Desjardins Financial Group. For participating locations, go to toronto.ca/skatelending.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Boston up 29-25. Second quarter about to start. Second quarter action brought to you by Alpine Credits. So you own your home and need a loan, Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. And we want to send a hello to one of our loyal listeners, Kamlesh. And for point of reference, she is the dear mother of our friend Rinku, the brains behind Superfan. She's fighting some stuff right now. We know you're listening in the hospital. We're sending you positive energy, Mom, and hope that you get well soon. And we get to see you in a healthy state in the very, very near future. Raptors bring it front court on the first trip. They get a healthy look, but a bad finish. Boston brings the rebound front court. Porzingis in the lane, throws it away. Here comes Scotty Barnes. Scotty into the corner. Jamison battled, 3, no good. Rebound to Jaylen Brown. Up court, Pritchard. Back to Brown, drive, kick it up top, Derek White. Swing it, Porzingis, back to White. His 3 in the air, no good. Long rebound knocked out. And Porzingis took a shot from Bruce Brown looking for the loose ball, and Porzingis went down like he was shot.
When Bruce Brown looked at him like, are you serious?
Bruce Brown said, I'm not that strong.
Come on, big fella, stop it.
I didn't hit you that hard.
That look with no words is like, it literally says, cut it out. That's what it means. You don't got to say nothing more, Bruce.
Up top, Jaylen Brown. Boston in the green, moving right to left toward Bay Street. Brown on Jamison Battle, backs in. 1 foot fall away, no good. Rebound Battle. He brings it up the left side, far wing. Raptors in the red, moving left to right. Olynyk to Boucher, curls. Elbow jumper in the air, got it. Porzingis was there, and Boucher shot it like he was in practice with nobody around.
He's on a heater. He's on air fryer mode. Anything he touches goes up right now. I'm comfortable with.
And they got Bruce Brown on a foul defending.
And I'm okay if the Raptors go down right now and run the next action right to Chris Boucher.
Yeah. Why not? Feed the fire, baby.
Get him a curl, get him a pin down, get him whatever he needs right now. Just get him to rock.
Feed the fire, baby. Jaylen Brown on the box, near side, left wing. Brown stands him up. They kick it out to Derek White, who knocks down a three. Got to push up on those three-point shooters. 32-27 Celtics.
Yeah, and the Celtics are doing a good job of getting the basketball in the post. Jaylen Brown posting up, which shrinks the floor, and the right timing on the kick out.
Bruce Brown, three up top, no good. Rebound knocked away. Boston has it. Jaylen Brown, front court. Kicks it to Hauser. Back to Brown between the circles. 9:50 second quarter. 32-27 Boston. Brown into the corner. Hauser, shot fake, got Boucher in the air, and Chris came down on his back, so that's a foul on Boucher.
Well, I can appreciate the sense of urgency. Chris Boucher getting out there and just getting on the back. Sam Hauser. I guess you don't have to run him off the line. You can just jump on him.
Yeah.
That's another way.
Pritchard in the lane. Brown stands him up. Pritchard floats it up and in. The quick shot down low. Boston with the lead, 34-27. Barnes in the post on Pritchard. Turns, fires easy. Easy money. That's like shooting over a chair.
Well, it's so easy. He didn't fade away from the double. He shot into the double with Jaylen Brown right there.
Pritchard on the bounce. Scotty right with him. Hauser three, no good. Rebound, Bruce Brown. Toronto hustling front court. Brown to Battle into the corner. Boucher, open three, of course. Splash it down, Boucher. 34-32. Chris doing his thing, and the Raptors back to within two. Derek White in the lane, loses the handle, out of bounds. It'll be Toronto ball. Raptors have a chance to tie the ball game. Mitchell, front court. Mitchell, Olynyk, Brown, Battle, and Boucher for the Raptors. Brown up top. Gets it to Boucher. Drives baseline. Dumps it to Olynyk, who's fouled on the way up. Chris doing it all right now. He's scoring. He's feeding people.
And you know what I like about that play? Bruce Brown seen him in the corner and just knew, okay, he's had the hot hand. I'm going to get him the basketball. Chris gets it in the right corner and sees the defense rotating out, sees the defense, charging out at him. He takes one dribble into the paint and doesn't force up a layup, right? Now he sees Kelly drops it down in the paint, and I think that's just great awareness. That's just great being savvy with the basketball.
Olynyk first free throw is good. Raptors a chance to tie it. At the 8:28 mark.
It's easy to see. It's easy to understand why teams are running out at Chris Boucher over the last 4 games. He's shooting 95.9% true shooting. So everything he's touching is gold right now.
Raptors have it tied at 34. Boston ball, front court, 8:19, first half. Battle, bellies up on Drew Holiday. Now he's got White on the switch. They find Jaylen Brown in the lane. Floats it up, no good. Good contest by Boucher. Here comes Mitchell. To Battle, a little behind him, but Boucher rescues it. Gets it to Battle. Three in the air, short, and Boucher pushed out of bounds by Jaylen Brown. Jamison Battle right on line with his 2 3-pointers, Javon, just a little short.
And it's going to come, right? I don't have a question in the world or a doubt in the world that Jamison Battle shots not going to drop, right? He needs to continue taking them.
Yep.
Continue getting into the gaps, continue getting into those spots where he's getting open ones and playing off the penetration, playing off the defense, rotating, and continue to look for those, hunt those open looks.
All right, Battle will get a little bit of a break right now as Darko puts Grady Dick back into the game with R.J. Barrett. Olynyk 3 in the bottom of the well. Straight away, Kelly splashes it home. Raptors take the lead 37-34, 7 of 16 from distance, matching Boston. Celtics 5 of 15 from the land beyond. Holiday up top into the lane on Olynyk. They lob it to Porzingis, kick it out. Holiday sets the feet, his 3 no good. Rebound Boucher. Outlet Mitchell, quick push to Grady. On the bounce, down to the baseline, jumper in the air, good.
That's nice. That is nice.
39-34, Raptors by 5. Grady with the calm of a burglar on that play.
Goes up right in front of Horford, just goes up vertical and shoots over it.
Horford in the lane, fouled by Olynyk, and Kelly's pointing to the floor. Side out of bounds. Scotty Barnes up telling RJ about the defensive adjustment team's trying to make. Boston inbound near side, left wing in front of Joe Mazzulla. They move right to left toward Bay Street. Porzingis cranks a 3 from top and knocks it down.
And that's another one, right? He's 3 for 3 from the three-point line. You think about it, Kelly's trying to help on Jaylen Brown's penetration, and he's out there at 27 feet again, knocking down a 3. A lot of real estate for a big to be covering.
Barrett drive, the block by Drew Holiday. Drew comes up, elbows bent, palms skyward, saying, where's the foul? Why not a charge? And official J.D. Rawls says, nope, that's a block. Timeout on the floor. 6:45 first half. Toronto 39, Boston 37. Let's take a break. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom, wha-bam, zap, turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
USA Network, the channel that has something for everyone. Can't miss series, outstanding reality, blockbuster movies. Don't miss a minute of the action. USA Network, here for the characters. Free preview on now with participating TV providers.
We all know things tend to break when you need them most, like your furnace breaking down in the middle of a cold snap. That's why Enercare is offering a free furnace checkup for homeowners in the GTA. That's a $99 value. If your furnace has any issues, our Enercare experts can fix it, or we can get you a new one as soon as the next day. Don't get stuck shivering. Keep your home comfortable with Enercare. Terms and conditions apply. Visit enercare.ca.
Enercare, experts at home.
Walmart is the #1 place to save on groceries. And for a limited time, you can save on a 5-pound bag of fresh navel oranges, on for only $4.44. For more low prices, shop Walmart online or in-store today.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Back in Toronto, 39-37. Raptors lead it by 2 with 6:45 to go first quarter. We'll get to some numbers in a second, Javon, but we remind everybody, halftime, Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg, Cameron Moore up in the booth looking after them. Producer Owen Hall back at Raptor Central with Matt Cardadero, Josh Lipa looking after Javon and I down here on the floor. Raptors holding the Celtics to under 40%, Javon.
Yes.
Under 36% from three, while shooting 47% from the floor, 44 from three. But it's still close.
Right, and the Celtics typically a team that's shooting 56% from the floor and 36% from three.
Mitchell up top, Olynyk swing it to Grady. On the bounce, gets into the lane to RJ. Reverse layup is good. What a pass by Grady. Threads the needle, and RJ on the quick reverse gets it down. Barrett with 7. Lead all Raptor scorers in the ball game. He and Grady both with 7. Barrett knocks it away and steals it from Jaylen Brown. Gets it to Grady, lay it up and in. Timeout, Boston. RJ Barrett with a steal and an assist as Grady gives Toronto a 43-37 lead.
Pace and energy. RJ making 2 back-to-back big plays. Initial one, Grady attacks the basket, and RJ catching Horford sleeping, and now second one, RJ returned the favor. Grady in transition, giving it up.
Let's take a break. 6:11 first half. Raptors 43, Celtics 37. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
I'ma go harder than most. TSN and TSN Plus are your home for the National Lacrosse League on NLL Friday night. And get even more action on TSN Plus with every game all season long. What a play!
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Find hot price offers at Sobeys. This week, get Dr. Oetker Restaurante or Casa di Mama Pizza for just $3.47 each. Find all hot prices in the Sobeys flyer and in-store. Restrictions apply. See in-store or online for details.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Back in Toronto, 43-37, Raptors by 6 as they're standing toe-to-toe with the defending NBA champs right now. I just kind of figured that would happen after being really beat up the last time.
At the end of the day, these guys are all competitors.
Yeah.
Right? That's a big part of the reason why they're playing at the level that they are. Right? Those type of things fuel them. So you get popped by a team the last outing against them, and you're coming right back and you want to make a statement as well.
Front court, here comes Boston, right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Dark green with light green trimming. They get it down low to Holiday. Raptors kind of fell asleep on that one.
Yeah, you can hit Davion Mitchell. I don't know what he was, might have been ball watching a bit too much, and Drew Holiday just gets behind for an easy 2.
Grady inside, Porzingis wipes it out. Back comes Boston. Horford to Porzingis. Backs in on Grady, floats it up, score it, and a foul. Grady called on a block. I just think there's no chance on that. The defender guarding the ball, when you see Grady in a mismatch with Porzingis, you got to get the windmill going. You just have to pressure the ball, Javon. That entry.
Yeah, part of post defense is perimeter defense, right?
Yes.
Not allowing straight line drives, and that's why deflections are so important, because they become disruptive, right? You're not allowing that pass to get there. It's much better defense than Grady having a chance against Porzingis with 2 feet in the paint.
Darko's challenging this call, so we've got a timeout.
To initiate the coach's challenge on the blocking foul, assess Grady.
So we will stay here on the short timeout as Mark Davis goes under the hood, under the headset. And some chatter with the boys in Secaucus, or the refs in Secaucus. And folks, for those of you that are not aware, I send a couple of happy birthdays today. One to a living legend here in Toronto, Michael Pinball Clemens. And I knew he was born to do good because he was born on the same day as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Today is the actual birthday, January 15th. We will celebrate, at least the U.S. will celebrate, and those of us of a particular inkling will celebrate it on Monday, January 20th, always the third Monday in January. But today's the day in 1929 that Dr. King was born. Put a post up on Instagram today. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they met one time together at a congressional hearing. I bought a poster and it hangs in my office to remind me about trying to help humanity. They might have come at it from different ways initially, not at the end, but both had the right idea. Here's Mark Davis with the call.
Upon review, it has been determined that the contact by Porzingis to Grady was marginal, as he did not go through his face. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. It will be changed to a no call. Score the basket. It'll be Toronto's ball on the baseline. They're charged with their timeout. However, they have an additional challenge.
They lose the timeout. They do have a challenge. So Darko now down to 3 timeouts for the game. So score the basket, and the contact that was initially ruled a foul on Grady will be rescinded as a foul. So Grady saves the foul. The Raptors give up the 2, but still have a 43-41 lead. Pirtle gets it to Grady, far side, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound knocked away. Barrett runs it down. Up top, Scotty. Catch and shoot. 3 short. Rebound run down by Jason Tatum. Off to Holiday up the left side near wing. Guarded by Barrett. Holiday cross court to Tatum. 3 in the air. Good. Boston with a 44-43 lead.
Open shot, great pass by Jaylen Brown to Jason Tatum, but Grady can't die on those screens with Porzingis, right? You got to fly over them, and he got stuck there.
Raptors missed the 3. Barrett with the rebound, gets it to Mitchell. Kick it to Barnes, 3 up top, no good. Rebound Jaylen Brown. 4:35 first half. Boston with a 1-point lead at 44-43. Inside, Boston misses, has it blocked, gets it back. They missed the shot again. Brown's jumper no good down low. Barrett comes away. 3-on-2 Toronto. Barrett drive, lay it up, no good. Contact on Horford down low. No foul call, and Barrett down hard at the other end. I thought RJ's feet were kind of taken out for him on his long jump toward the basket by Horford. No call.
He fell hard on that right hip. He's kind of rubbing it on the walk back as well.
44-43 Boston. We go inside 4 minutes. First half. Abaji, corner 3. Yes, sir, in the bottom of the well.
I'm surprised at Tatum there because he helps off that strong side, leaving Abaji open in the corner. By now, you got to know the scout report. That's one of the best corner 3-point shooters in the league.
Tatum drives. Pirtle rips it away. Here comes Toronto, 3-on-1. Into the corner. Barrett, 3. No good. Rebound, Porzingis. Outlet Tatum. On the run, far side. Now to Holiday, straight away between the rings to Brown, near side, right hand to the middle. Kick to Horford, corner three, no good. Rebound, Pirtle. Outlet, here comes Toronto. Barnes drives on Porzingis, floater in the lane, no good. Rebound, Holiday. Here comes Boston back the other way. Jaylen Brown spins in the lane. Barrett blocks the shot, stuffs it back in his face. Here comes Mitchell on the run, lay it up and in. Davion put the shoulder on Drew Holiday.
But talk about the speed first, right? He went from first gear to fifth gear and then dips that shoulder. Solid frame.
Dips the shoulder, says Drew Holiday, hold that. And then Holiday trying to find Porzingis, throws it right past him, turn it over and give it to Toronto. 48-44, Raptors showing resiliency early in this first half.
They're matching Boston with some, they're meeting Boston with some toughness, right? Boston and Jaylen Brown in particular has done a good job of just trying to post up, trying to be physical, and you know, Raptors have done an exceptional job just matching that intensity and that physicality.
Barrett, his pass cross court intercepted by Holiday. On the run, Holiday front court. Horford, Porzingis. Now to Pritchard. Davion Mitchell locks him up. Pritchard now behind the screen. They get it to Porzingis on Mitchell. Barrett there in his lap. Porzingis kicks it out. Pritchard, the flyby by Barnes. Three in the air is good.
Pritchard's so smart, right? He brings that basketball below the break so that Porzingis could get a lower switch, and then he just gets out of the way.
Barrett in the lane, lays it up and in. They victimize Pritchard again on the give-go. 50-47, Toronto, 2 minutes, first half.
Good job changing ends of the floor within 2 seconds. No time to think for Boston.
Tatum up top, Porzingis, deep three, no good. Rebound, Pirtle. Outlet, Barnes, Scotty front court. Gets it to Mitchell, far side, left wing. To Pirtle between the rings. On Pritchard. Now to Barnes. They get it back to Pirtle on the smaller player. Pirtle inside to Barrett, lay it up and in. What a pass by Jakob Pirtle.
He crept right in there. It was supposed to be a three-way switch for Boston. They were late with it, trying to get matched back up size-wise, and RJ just gets behind the back line of the defense.
52-47 Toronto, minute 12 to go, first half. Pritchard far side on the bounce against Mitchell, steps back, three, no good. Rebound, Barrett. Quick hit ahead to Barnes. Scotty on the run to a cutting Agbaji. Would have had a layup. It went right through his hands.
You know what? All players have been there where you're thinking about the finish before you even catch the basketball.
Horford three up top, good. 5-point swing, 52-50. Raptors lead is 2. 50 seconds, first half. Agbaji is bleeding. They need a timeout. That ball went through his hands. I don't know if it dislocated a finger or something, but Agbaji is leaking oil right now. You could see when it went through his hands, Javon, that he stopped and looked at his hands because something was wrong. And you and I played, and so is Warren. You guys hold up your hands, and it points in 5 different directions, the fingers. I get it. I've been there.
Yeah, and you know the funny thing is usually guys, the ball goes through their hands or they miss a layup and they're looking right at their hands and nothing happened.
Yeah.
This time was a little different, where as soon as he looks at his hands, he was leaking. So I'm not sure if it's when the ball went through it or when he was trying to gather himself on the floor that maybe the webs of his hands may have, and you never want to speculate, but it's gone to the back right now, gone to the locker room.
43.4 to go, first half. And now they've got to do some house cleaning. Agbaji was like a crime victim, tracking the blood all over the floor from the backcourt into the front court. They're out there with the solution, wiping up the floor, and you could see the trail of where he's been. One of my favorite cartoons when I was a kid was something called The Family Circus. Taddy might remember that one.
Yeah, and count me and Warren out of that one.
Yeah, and Taddy's waving. And there was the kid in the comic trail the kid in the comic trail was always walking all over the house, and the footprints were all over. And there was one in particular where he's yelling, "Mom, Mom!" And she says, "Come to the living room. Don't yell." And he walks in and he's tracking stuff in on the floor. And the mom says, "What is this?" He said, "Well, I stepped in dog crap, and I wanted to know what I should do." And she just called him into the living room. That's Abaji. He's just tracking the stuff all over the floor. The Family Circus. Maybe we could make a TSN radio sitcom out of that one. Barrett drives in the lane, floats it up, no good, but he's fouled. RJ attacking. And he's going to get free throws. They're checking the floor for blood still. Abaji ran back on the far side and came to the attacking basket on the near side. So Barrett, free throw good. RJ knocks it down. He's got 12. And the Raptors into the lead. 53-50. They've got some blood on the other side. Mark Davis and J.D. Rawls checking it out.
The Raptors, for the first half of this game, they've also done an exceptional job taking care of the basketball against a defensive-minded Boston Celtics team. Only turned over the basketball 5 times in this first half with 35 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Take care of the basketball, you give yourself a chance. Also doing a good job shooting the basketball, 8 for 22 from the three-point line. And again, when you get to the free throw line, you also want to close it out a bit more. Like I mentioned, just finishing your breakfast, 5 for 7 from the free throw line. But then when you look at like the toughness, look at the toughness matchup right now, the rebounding department, right? Just 25 for the Raptors, 26 for the Celtics. And again, the bench for the Raptors coming up and doing some productive things, right? Winning that battle right there, +3 in that department, 20-17. And Raptors playing their brand of basketball, getting out and run, 16 fast break points.
Well, let's see if they can keep it going and put some more on it. RJ, 1 of 2 from the line, 53-50. Raptors make the steal, though, on the outlet. Davion Mitchell. Here comes Scotty, standing on the logo against Jason Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Scotty got to go. Gets into the lane. Down low to Pirtle. The floater up and in. Great find by Scotty. Raptors increase the lead, 55-50. 8 seconds to go, first half. Tatum drives into the lane. Kicks to the corner. Pritchard, 3, good. And they got a foul on Bruce Brown.
Yeah, he knew it. I thought he was going to get away with one because the whistle was slightly late. But he got Pritchard on that left hand as he came down.
Yep, can't foul a jump shooter.
And Bruce Brown, you can tell by his disposition as he's walking off, just frustrated with himself. And I can imagine it's been hard for him to really get a flow and play long stretch of minutes and coming off of injury. So really trying to find his rhythm, and that affects on the defensive side as well.
Pritchard misses the free throw, so the 4-point play doesn't materialize, but Boston does cut the lead. 55-53, halftime. And the Raptors have the lead. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg up next. Raptors by 2 at recess, 55-53. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
For the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuss shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
At Metro, we'd like to start 2025 right by wishing all a happy New Year, new savings event. On now at your local Metro, where you can take advantage of great savings store-wide, including boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $4.66 per pound, or red and green grapes for just $2.44 per pound until January 15th. Plus hundreds of other great offers all month. So wave bye to last year and say hi to a new year with new savings. Shop now at your local Metro or online at metro.ca.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult or time-consuming? Then it's time to try Babbel. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. So with just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking in a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel, language for life. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
You've never gone to school to be a veterinarian. So how do you help a cat in need? By helping those who can help. By donating to North Toronto Cat Rescue. Your donation helps North Toronto Cat Rescue help the injured, lost, and abandoned cats and kittens. And you'll help keep their promise to never put a cat down. Go now to NorthTorontoCatRescue.com to donate, adopt, or learn how to become a volunteer. And let's all give a helping paw.
Ugh, these vacation prices are really adding up. Flights, hotels.
Are your vacation plans going off-road? I'm a Sunwing financial advisor, saving you money while giving you more.
Did you say financial advisor?
Yeah, Sunwing financial advisor. There are thousands of us across Canada cracking the code on vacation savings so you can crack open that SPF.
Huh, that makes so much financial sense.
Book with your local travel advisor or at...
This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the label.
Looking to kick the new year off on a healthier note? Why not add a little spice to your life? Now you can with new Nordic's Chili Burn Max. Packed with chili, green tea, and black cumin, Chili Burn Max is Scandinavia's #1 weight loss supplement. For over 20 years, tens of thousands of users have trusted new Nordic's Chili Burn Max to help them achieve their weight goals. Find it at Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, Loblaws, Jean Coutu, and London Drugs, or shop online at Amazon and newnordic.ca.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
Back to Ochai, now to Shed. Jamal, step back, three, good. Down the bottom of the well. Hey. As RJ's been yelling lately, shoot the ball, Jamal.
Well, if he's going to be shooting the basketball like this, shoot it. You got to shoot it.
It is 55-53 for the Raptors over the Celtics at the half. Welcome to Tangerine Raptors basketball. Raptors at the half, live from Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy and Warren Ward high above the action. Josh Lewinberg courtside. And Josh, this is on everybody. This is a full rotation, and everybody's contributing here.
In every respect, Jim. I mean, obviously the first thing that comes to mind when you play the Boston Celtics, and we talked about it a lot going into the game, is like three-point shooting. You don't necessarily have to play Boston's game in terms of hoisting up a record number of threes, but you have to be able to keep up with them. You have to be able to at least knock down your share of threes, and so far tonight, 8 made threes, pretty good, but what really stands out to me, to your point, is 8 different players have made those 8 threes. A really good start in that respect, in that, like, yeah, you're keeping up with them, 22 attempts to 25, 8 made threes to 10 made threes. You're keeping up with them, but it hasn't really felt to me like the Raptors are forcing the issue too much. And you see that a lot against, I mean, really any team in the NBA these days, with everybody trying to emulate Boston, but especially when teams go up against the Celtics, you often see guys take shots that are a little bit out of character, or at least like not great looks just to try to get them up there, but everything has kind of felt in rhythm for the Raptors. The ball is really moving. 17 assists on 21 made field goals. Darko talked about this a little bit before the game, where you're a team that's trying to emphasize ball movement. So a lot of the time, like, guys are maybe overpassing and passing up good looks from three, but they're doing a good job, I think, of finding that balance today between moving the ball while also taking the shot when it's there.
Warren, take us through this game. 15-5 for the Raptors early on. Celtics counter with the zone, and then to take us through the back and forth that gets us to 55-53.
Yeah, so first and foremost, Raptors got off to a really good start. And as Josh alluded to, they've kept up with Boston. And I think so far in the season, the Raptors have not done that in terms of shooting threes and making them. This game, they've done that. I mean, they've taken 3 less than Boston, and they've made 2 less as well. But that's fine. They're still in that. Once Boston went to the zone, I thought Raptors got a little bit discombobulated, and because they're a team that wants to get to the paint. And you get to the paint, and then you shoot secondarily, whereas Boston will come up the court in transition and pull a 3. We've seen Jason Tatum do that in this game already. So they have no hesitation and no conscience when it comes to shooting threes. So Boston decided, okay, well, we're going to take away the Raptors' strength, which is getting in the paint. But the Raptors said, okay, fine. You want to do that? We'll step outside and shoot threes with you. And they started to do that, and they started to get in the paint by back cutting. Once the back cut came, most guys, they turn their head defensively and they don't move right away. And that's what happened to Boston on a number of occasions. And then on top of that, when the Raptors did get a break off a rebound, because Boston shot a lot of threes, but they also missed, Raptors got out and ran. And because of that, they're 16-4 in transition points. And I think that has been the biggest difference between how the Raptors have maintained this lead, is because those transition buckets have come at crucial times. The Raptors have made big threes in this first half at good times, which has extended that lead. I think Boston's been playing catch up most of the first half, actually. Yeah. They've been playing catch up, trying to keep up with the Raptors. They're doing that with the 3, but the Raptors are also shooting the ball back, and they're getting out in transition, which has been to their benefit this first half.
Josh, when you think back to the performance against Golden State on Monday, is this sort of like an additional layer to that?
Yeah, I think so. We talked about this before the game as well, is you build some confidence after a game like that. And you often wonder with a team like the Raptors, who have been so up and down this year, just in terms of like level of compete, you wonder if it's going to carry over. So far it has, and that's what you like to see. I mean, this sort of goes back to what I was saying with my first answer, but I've been really impressed with the way the Raptors have kind of maintained their identity throughout a really tough environment here, going up against the reigning champs. When you're a team like Boston, 28-11, yeah, they've struggled a little bit recently, but they're a team that know exactly who they are, how they want to play, how they have to play. And so often when you're the inferior team, and in this case the Raptors are a 9-31 team, it's like, okay, well, we're going to play the way you want to play. Credit the Raptors for really dictating terms in the first half, going back to what Warren said. I mean, running. Like, that to me has been huge, is that they've been hitting the 3, but they're not relying on the 3 to compete with this Boston team. Is they're saying, all right, well, we know we're at our best. We're going to get our best looks when you're not set up in the half court, when Porzingis isn't under the rim protecting the bucket. We're going to get out in the run. The Raptors have done that, 16 fast break points. So really impressive so far in terms of not only how they played, but the way that they're playing.
Well said, Josh. Thanks very much, Warren. So if you project what you've seen in the first half into the second half, what do you expect to happen?
Well, I think number one, it comes down to the mentality, first and foremost. Do not be surprised that you're in the basketball game, right? And expect to be there. Know that you deserve to be there. I think the Raptors, when they are, I don't want to say playing their game, that's a little bit too cliche, but when they are playing to their capability, then this is the result of that. They have outplayed Boston in this first half, which is why they have the lead. I think Boston, if they didn't make that 3, they would have been down 5 points going into halftime. So I think that's number one. 2, you continue to run in transition. You live with Boston shooting contested threes and not open ones. Do not foul jump shooters. Continue to rebound the basketball. Don't give up offensive rebounds, because when there's 3-point shots, there's going to be long rebounds. I thought Boston didn't really use their size all that much. They put the ball in the post, but that's only to draw the defense to then pass it back outside so that they can shoot a three. So if I'm Toronto, I want to run. I definitely want a gun, but I want a gun with the intention of moving the basketball first and not just shooting bad shots. Because if you try and go shot for shot with this team, you will lose. So it's very key to have that discipline, and like I said in the pregame, have the notion of execution down the stretch, because this game will be won first 5 minutes of this quarter, and then of course the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. So that's what you want to focus on. But number one, most important, Tatman, is to have the mentality that you're not surprised by this result at all. You expected this to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Boston Celtics, so the game's not over until it's over.
It's not over till it's over, but it's also not going to be over unless. Well, not even unless. It's not going to be over if you continue to do the right things.
Yeah, no, they look good. They're supportive. You can see the whole unit. They're playing together well. It looks good.
And they went deep into the rotation as well, and everyone contributed to that.
Well, that's a great story. I mean, you look at that box score, and there's contributions all over the place. Tonight's first half stats are driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. And so some of the stats, let's see, bench points, they're 20 apiece. Rebounds, second chance points, 6 for 5 for Boston, and 4 for 6 for the Raptors. Turnovers for points, 7 for 12. Boston turned over 7 times and gave 12 points to the Raptors. The Raptors did it 5 times, gave 11 back. There were a lot of Boston turnovers in that second quarter, 6 for 9. They were 1 for 3 in the first. Paint points, 28-20 for the Celtics. Fast break points, 16-7 for the Raptors. And the Raptors did have a 10-point lead way back when. Celtics had a 7-point lead. The assists we talked about, 15 for 19 buckets for the Celtics. For the Raptors, 17 for 21. But the numbers that count, 55-53 for the Raptors over the Celtics at the half. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
We are summer. Are you ready?
It's coming soon. North America's largest indoor boat show. The Toronto International Boat Show. There's so much to see and do. Kids 16 and under are always free. Life is so much better with a boat. January 18th to 26th at the Enercare Center.
We are summer. Are you ready?
We are summer.
The Toronto Boat Show.
Visit TorontoBoatShow.com.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
A long-awaited pathway to peace. This is Omar Sajidina. Tonight on CTV National News. After 15 months of horror and bloodshed, a Gaza ceasefire as President Biden bids a primetime goodbye. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
In Scarborough, there's this fire behind our eyes.
A passion in our bellies.
It's in the hearts of our neighbors.
The eyes of our nurses.
And the hands of our doctors.
It's what makes Scarborough, Scarborough.
In our hospitals, we do more than anyone thought possible, with less than anyone could imagine.
But it's time to imagine what we can do with more.
Join Scarborough Health Network, and together,
we can turn grit into greatness.
Donate at lovescarborough.ca.
How can you protect your keys? Simply attach a WarAmps key tag to your key ring. If you lose your keys, the WarAmps can return them to you by courier for free. WarAmps key tags. They're free and they work. Order yours at waramps.ca.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Second half about to get underway. Raptors leading the Celtics at recess, and the bell is gone. Recess is over. 55-53. Toronto with the lead, and we'll tell you as we pay some bills here that Toronto doing a nice job in the first half, but they're only halfway home. The second half tip-off is powered by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get home court advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid, proudly made here in Ontario. Visit your Ontario Honda dealers today. Javon and I doing the snacks here at halftime while Taddy Ward and Lewinberg hold down the fort. One snack I didn't get was pizza. I mean, I got the popcorn here, I got cookies. Shout out to Josh, and was Cameron Moore part of that too, on the popcorn brigade? But there wasn't pizza. I guess we'd have to order it, Javon. Third quarter action powered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Give yourself a high five by any traditional large pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for $5 each. 2for1pizza.com. But you're okay. I see you.
No. One of these days we're gonna get one of those pizzas.
Like Spicoli, have it delivered.
It's just gonna show up.
Delivered right to courtside. Raptor ball to start the half. Barnes in the lane. Short jumper is good. Scotty, after 2 pump fakes, knocks it down. Barnes has 7. The Raptors lead at 57-53.
Mid-range Scotty at 6'8", just shooting it over the top of Jaylen Brown at 6'6".
Porzingis from Steph Curry range knocks down a 3.
And that's another 30. This time it's 30 feet out.
Wow.
And they're going to have to find a way to really get out to him and not allow him to continue to stretch the floor. 16 points, 4 for 5 from the three-point line.
57-56. Mitchell, kick out. Barnes to the nail. Jumper in the air, good. Scotty, I like the fact that he turned down the 3, being 1 of 4, and opted for the mid-range 2.
And that one there, he's shooting that over Tatum, who's also 6'8", right? So just a bit more comfortable right now in that mid-range game. And I like when he continues to feature that.
Holiday in the lane, his jumper no good, or his layup contested by Barrett no good, but puts the rebound back up and in.
Quick second jump to get it.
59-58 Boston. And Grady fouled by Jaylen Brown. Grady coming off that pin down on the curl.
Flying off.
Like if he was in the street, he'd be getting a ticket.
But I respect that, because for me, if I'm Grady, I gotta look at it like, look how hard Jaylen Brown is trailing me on the screen. That means I demand a little respect from my opponents.
Mitchell to Barnes, near side. Holding. Trying to get it to Pirtle against Drew Holiday. Mitchell up top. Drives, pull up, jumper in the air. Davion no good. Rebound Tatum. Outlet Derek White up the far side. Left wing. 10-10 to go. Third quarter. White into the lane. Floats it up. No good, but they've got a late foul called on the block on Grady. And Derek White going to go to the line for 2. White going to go to the line for 2. So we just got the update that Ochai Agbaji is having stitches on his right hand, but no further update. Interesting to see how it happened. And people will laugh, but sometimes a pass is coming with such speed. I mean, football guys get dislocated fingers and stuff like that. Derek White, good on 1 of 2, game tied at 59. Grady in the lane to Barrett, lays it up and in. What a pass by Grady, and RJ delivers the deuce.
RJ's for his 14th point, and a number of them have been just like that, around the basket, off of penetration, and him just cutting to the basket.
Porzingis to Tatum, deep 3 contested by Barnes. He knocks it down anyway.
Tough one, because Pirtle got back out to Porzingis on the 3. And Scotty kind of shifted to that side of the floor as well, but just tough getting back out.
62-61 Boston.
Careless
by
turnover.
1. And Grady with, like, that thing was a missile. Pirtle couldn't have caught that with a fishing net. Those are the turnovers you need to avoid. Tatum in the lane. His pass for Porzingis. Scotty with high hands knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with Boston.
Great active hands by Scotty Barnes. And I was talking about not allowing Porzingis to get looks at the top of the key. If that ball had gotten through, he was right at that three-point line. Open. Scotty did a good job deflecting.
White curls, lays it in. Boston up 64-61. Pirtle, far side, right wing above the arc. Gets it to Mitchell. Drives into the lane. Kicks it to Scotty in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Back to Grady. Shot fake. Step back. 3. Bang! Grady in the bottom of the well. Great footwork. Great escape dribble. Raptors tie it at 64. Tatum on the bounce against Pirtle above the arc. Far side. Left wing. Crosses over. Steps back. Now right hand into the lane. Kick to Derek White. Corner 3. No good. Rebound Mitchell. 8:35, third quarter. Here come the Raptors. Barrett drive, lay it up and in.
That's a matchup that RJ likes. In transition, see Jaylen Brown in front of you. He doesn't think twice, attacks him, and then scoops it with an inside hand.
And Darko wanted the foul call, didn't get it. Raptors will take the 2. Tatum to Porzingis in the lane, floats it up, no good. Offensive foul, Porzingis. Davion Mitchell standing in there saying, I'm taking this one for the team. Raptors playing with great energy right now on the defensive end, Javon.
How about how fast that Davion came from the left side of the floor to get outside the dotted circle to pick up that charge.
Barnes in the lane, turnaround on Porzingis, no good. But the foul on Porzingis, Scotty raising up, going up like a thermometer, straight up. And Porzingis gets a piece of the forearm.
I'm looking at Scotty's numbers and I've told you before, love when he gets to that mid-range game, and even when it's against like-sized defenders, I still like the advantage. I still like the chances of that. We've seen the pull-up against Tatum, right? He was comfortable there. Now he has Porzingis in front of him, and he can fade away to create a little bit more space, a little bit of distance to get the shot off, which he does there. But also, quiet night, 9 points, but 6 assists. 6 assists, Josie.
Yeah. 67-64. Free throw good from Scotty. Brown, corner 3, good. Again, Scotty with a challenge.
Yeah, the thing is you can't fall asleep on the curl with Tatum, and that's what Scotty did there, and then end up in an emergency closeout to the corner on Brown. Was a little bit too late then.
67 apiece. Mitchell to Barnes, down the baseline. Great pass to Pirtle, floats it up and in. Scotty with an airborne behind the back pass. He was going to his right. The pass went in the air on the bounce behind his back left.
Long story short, he turned nothing into something.
69-67 Toronto, 7:20 third quarter. Tatum 3, no good. Rebound Mitchell. Raptors on the run. Davion to Grady. Into the lane to RJ. Turns, floats it up and in. Timeout, Joe Mazzulla. Raptors playing with energy. 71-67 Toronto by 4. Timeout on the floor. 7:08 to go, third quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
A long-awaited pathway to peace. This is Omar Sachedina. Tonight on CTV National News. After 15 months of horror and bloodshed, a Gaza ceasefire as President Biden bids a primetime goodbye. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
I'm the puck that just won't bounce your way.
I'm the gust of wind that makes the field goal miss.
I'm the final shot that bounces out. Yeah, that's me. I'm random. And before you bet more than you can afford to lose, remember, I'm always in play. Learn more at gamblingisrandom.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
.708 to go, third quarter. 71-67. Raptors by 4. And playing some spirited, energetic basketball right now, Javon Shepherd.
I love the fight, right? And even when the guys went back to the bench, you know, RJ was stopping Scotty. They were giving both of them were giving one another instructions, but you could see that they were inspired. They were channeling this different type of energy. Davion was jumping up. He was getting into the chest of Grady, telling him, let's go. Right? That type of fire, that type of fierce, that type of force is what you want out of your guys. And they know that, we talked about it in the open as well, they know that they're playing against, you know, the defending NBA champs, right? That's going to elevate your level of play, and they've met Boston's toughness thus far tonight.
3 stitches for Ochai Agbaji in the webbing of his hand. He is available to return. Horford, corner 3, no good. Pirtle runs down the rebound. Here comes Toronto. 4-point lead for the Raptors. They move right to left toward Bay Street. In the red uniforms, Barnes to Pirtle. Gets it to Mitchell. Underneath to Pirtle, who jams it down.
That's a great look.
What a pass by Davion
That's a
Mitchell.
Great look. One dribble off of the handoff, the shot fake into defense in the air, and then the wraparound pass, meeting Pirtle on the stride.
Raptors increase the lead, 73-67. Tatum in the lane, weaving through traffic, lays it in. Tatum on the board with 12 points. Raptors back the other way. Barnes down low. Dribbles it out, gets it to Pirtle. They split. Barrett up top, straight away. Between the arc. Pirtle now on the switch against Derek White. Backs him down. Great footwork, lays it in. Oh, Jakob with the Arthur Murray special. Oh, baby. What footwork.
Big time footwork, and the shot fake into the double gets Tatum up in the air, and the step through to the empty side for the right-handed finish.
Tatum drives on Grady. His pass to Derek White up top for 3, short. Rebound, Pirtle. Outlet Barnes. Raptors by 6, looking for more. Scotty between the rings. Coming front court right to left to Pirtle. Gets it to Mitchell. Davion down to the baseline. Lay it up and in, and a foul. He says, I got 2 and I'm still shopping with a coupon for 1 more.
Mitchell chooses the right time to attack the basket, right? He's done a good job moving the basketball all night, playing unselfish. Now he gets that 2-man game on the right side of the floor with Pirtle. It has Drew Holiday on his heels, retreating, and just dips that shoulder for the basket. But a big-time job of just facilitating, moving the basketball. Because he's a pass-first player and doesn't really look to score the basketball, you're not defending him as aggressively, and right now makes the right choice at the basket.
Well, missed the free throw, but the Raptors pushed the lead to 8. It was 10 in the first quarter. Pritchard and Cornette into the ball game for Boston. Hauser also in the game with Horford. Pritchard up top on the drive. Steps back, 3 straight away is good.
Yeah, miscommunication there by Pirtle and Davion Mitchell, who switched probably a bit too early, and Pirtle didn't recognize the switch there. Pritchard stepping back into the 3.
Mitchell up top to Pirtle on the elbow near side, left wing in front of Joe Mazzulla. Cross court to Bruce Brown. Drives on Horford, kicks to Barrett. RJ3 partially deflected. Pirtle retrieves it, throws it out to Grady. Shot clock at 5. Deep 3 in the air, no good. Rebound. And they're going to say stay here. It'll go on Peyton Pritchard, trying to box out Barrett, but referee Carl Lane said no, you had your hands back and low around his waist. So it'll be Raptor ball far side. RJ will inbound. Gets it to Pirtle. Tatum holding RJ like a grudge. Pirtle drives to the hoop and lays it in. Jakob Pirtle drives on Cornet and lays it home.
And the underhand scoop. Pirtle showing you something.
Tatum in the lane, kicks to the corner. Horford three, good. 79-75. Boston cuts the lead to 4. 4:05 to go in a very fast-paced third quarter.
That's what makes Boston so dangerous as well, is that their bigs, their fives, their fours can all shoot the basketball.
Mitchell, step back, three up top, good. Rattling in the bottom of the well. He had room, he stepped back, he said, take that with you. 82-75 Toronto. Pritchard drives and lays it in. And Toronto calls a timeout. 82-77, 3:42 to go. Third quarter, we'll take a break. Raptors by 5. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
The world's best are on TSN.
Well, the foundation of the PWHL has been poured.
From regular season showdowns to the fight for the championship.
Are you kidding me?
The PWHL lives on TSN.
Walmart is the #1 place to save on groceries. And right now, you can save $1.50 on selected varieties of Ruffles chips. Now only $2.97 each. And save even more with the tax break. Walmart. Save money. Live better.
Overdrive. Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
.342 third quarter. 82-77. Raptors by 5. They had a nice flow going, but Darko wanted to talk. And I guess it's philosophical, Javon. I mean, I know people like yourself, Warren, when you're playing, sometimes you like to keep it going, keep the flow going, especially when you're doing well. And, you know, in the past, a guy like Mike D'Antoni would say to his team, let them score. Don't foul them and slow it down. Let them score. It's okay. We'll get it back at the other end. We want a bit of a windshield wiper game, back and forth, and it'll eventually play to our advantage. That said, philosophies differ in different spots.
Yeah, I think a part of what Darko is doing, and you and I have questioned some of those timeouts as well, especially in the flow of the game. But I think a big thing for him is also taking an opportunity to coach certain situations, certain moments.
Celtics now go to the zone. Pirtle turns, floats it up and in.
Great way attacking the zone right away. Pirtle getting to that high post off the right elbow and just turning around.
Good recognition because Mazzulla came out and said, whatever you're running,
I'm going to blow it up.
Yep. Sam Hauser up top, catch and shoot three, no good. Rebound to Pritchard, who was just standing under the basket. Hits Horford, three up top, no good. Long rebound tapped out. Hauser, another three, straight away, no good. Rebound Pritchard. Fourth attempt by Boston. Pritchard drives on Barrett. Kicks it to Horford. Back to Pritchard, deep three, no good. Rebound out of bounds. It went off somebody's head, a Toronto head.
Head off Pirtle. But if you think about the lineup that Boston has on the floor right now, Tatum, Pritchard, Horford, Hauser, Cornette, right? That's a pretty big lineup outside of Pritchard. Everybody is 6'8" and above. So the Raptors that had that smaller lineup in for that stretch got to do a better job of just getting into the bodies and boxing out. They made some changes now. Kelly Olynyk in the game and Chris Boucher.
And Tatum drives up and lays it in. Further update on Ochai. Upon further evaluation, will not return. Boston still in the zone. Shed near side to Barnes, to Brown at the nail. Quick shot on Cornette, up and in. Bruce Brown playing like a big man, takes it at the nail, said, watch me go to work. 86-79 Toronto, 2:18 third quarter. Pritchard to Tatum, guarded by Barnes, far side, Cornette with the screen. Scotty up on him, no switch with Olynyk, deep three by Tatum, no good, rebound Boucher, outlet Brown. Gets it to Shed, near side. Good choice by Jamal not for take the quick trigger. Raptors going to work the ball. They got Olynyk on Pritchard, and on the mismatch, Pritchard called for the foul. I think the Raptors got away with one there. As Pritchard had come around the other side, he's trying to explain that to Mark Davis. You know, Javon, we talk about it, you teach kids. On the entry pass, look at the defender. Pass away from the defense. And that time, I think the Raptors got a break. Olynyk free throw good. 1:52 third quarter, 87-79 Toronto. Raptors shooting 57% for the game. Celtics only at 43. Both teams 38-5 from distance. Olynyk 2 free throws good. It's a 9-point Toronto lead inside 2 minutes, third quarter. Pritchard on the bounce. Gets it to Tatum straight away. Cornette with the screen. Tatum into the lane. On the bounce, underneath, kicks it to Horford. He drives on Boucher. Into the lane, puts it up and in. Quick shot. Boucher almost had the block, but Horford gets 2. 88-81 Toronto. Minute 20 to go, third quarter. Boucher, 3, far side. Horford got a piece of it. Pritchard runs it front court. Boston coming left to right. Pritchard shot fake. Kicks it cross court, and Scotty's hands deflected it out of bounds. Active hands again by Mr. Barnes. He is locked up and locked in defensively.
Yeah. Not a big game offensively thus far, 10 points and 8 assists, but his imprint on this game on the defensive end, you mentioned it, the deflections and just using his size, his length to deter passes and shots.
Scotty up on Jason Tatum, clapping his hands. Tatum down the lane, misses the dunk. Back comes Barnes to Brown, to Shed. Shot fake, drive into the corner. His pass deflected by Hauser. Turn it over, give it to Boston. Pritchard, front court, gets it to Tatum. Spins on Brown. Into the lane, floats it up, no good, and a late call on Bruce Brown. Tatum wanted a foul call on the missed dunk. I think he, as the kids would say in the playground up in Scarborough, get hitch up. Hitch. We get a look at it. There was no foul.
He's looking for a call, but you know what? You know what I'll give Tatum credit right now is that he came back down the next play and he decided, he made up his mind that, okay, I didn't get the last one. I felt like I deserved the last one. I'm going to get this one. And he did. Gets himself to the free throw line. Doesn't knock down the first one. Got to finish it. And I say for him, I say for RJ, say for all the guys, when you get to the free throw line, you got to finish your breakfast.
88-81 Toronto.
You earned it, right?
Yes.
You worked so hard to get there.
33.4 to go, third quarter. Second free throw by Tatum is good. 88-82. Raptors by 6. Front court, right to left toward Bay Street. Shed, Brown, Barnes, Olynyk, and Boucher. Barnes on Hauser. Shot clock at 5. Scotty works right into the corner. Brown drives into the lane, lays it up, no good. Puts it up again, no good. Wanted the foul. They say shot clock violation. Bruce Brown looking at Mark Davis saying no foul. Davis shook his head, said nope. 9.4 to go in the quarter. Raptors up 88-82. Tatum gonna bring it front court. Spins on Olynyk, gets into the lane, kicks to the corner. Horford three, no good. Cornette puts it up, no good, and that's the end of the quarter. Raptors have the lead going to the last lap. They led by 2 at the break. They lead by 6 right now, 88-82 Toronto.
And this is a fight, right? Right now, there's two teams that are playing physical, two teams that are battling, and right now, I think you can look for the Raptors. Boston's probably going to show a bit more of that zone in the fourth quarter, but Toronto just has to be ready and spry on both ends of the floor.
I told you we were going to have a dogfight tonight. I told you. 88-82. Raptors by 6. Last lap of the track when we come back. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on the TSN Radio Network.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
A long-awaited pathway to peace. This is Omar Sajidina. Tonight on CTV National News. After 15 months of horror and bloodshed, a Gaza ceasefire as President Biden bids a primetime goodbye. Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
We have a plan that's connecting Ontario. We're leading the largest transit expansion in North America. New projects like the Ontario Line Subway and Hazel-McCallion Light Rail will relieve overcrowding, with the Scarborough and Yonge North subways connecting more communities, and expanding Go Transit with more trips, faster train service, and two-way all-day service. Also, you can get around faster, safer, easier. See what we're building in your community at ontario.ca/builds, paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Find hot price offers at Sobeys. This week, get Dr. Oetker Restaurante or Casa di Mama Pizza for just $3.47 each. Find all hot prices in the Sobeys flyer and in-store. Restrictions apply. See in-store or online for details.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive, every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Last lap of the track. Toronto 88, Boston 82. We start the fourth quarter, and we'll tell you that the fourth quarter is powered by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Boston ball, front court. They got a foul on Scotty Barnes, holding on to Sam Hauser's jersey. First foul of the game for Scotty. He's been engaged defensively. Derek White trying to get it in. Finally gets it to Hauser. It's Boucher, Barnes, Brown, Olynyk, and Shed for Toronto. Boston in the green, moving front court left to right. Porzingis, fall away over Olynyk, had to go with the shot clock running down. Missed the shot. Boucher with the rebound. Good D by Toronto.
You know, a good contest. Bruce Brown coming on the backside as the shot clock's winding down and forcing a tough one.
Barnes on Porzingis. Short corner, far side. Drives, reverse. Oh, the baby hook by Scotty.
How about putting the basketball on the floor against Porzingis and then change the speed in like that 2 foot tight spacing there.
I know Warren likes that one. Use the rim, go to the other side. Jaylen Brown misses but tips it back up and in. 90-84, the Raptors lead shaved back to 6. That's why you got to have the weekend finish, right? You got to be able to do that.
Finish both hands.
Olynyk back for Toronto. Raptors in the red, moving right to left. Brown in the lane, lays it up and in. Great screen and roll. Kelly delivers.
And that's the big handling the basketball, the inverted screen. with your guard, Bruce Brown. He rolls to the basket for the 2.
92-84. Jaylen Brown, no headway on Bruce Brown, who's cut him off. Raptors shut off the water. Boston misses. Here comes Toronto, looking for their biggest lead of the game. Shed to Boucher. Up top, Olynyk. Kicks it to Barnes. Elbow jumper. Good! 10-point lead for Toronto. Timeout, Joe Mazzulla. 94-84 Raptors.
Let's play some ball.
Toronto with purpose and intention right now as they take their biggest lead of the game. 94-84, timeout Boston, 10:13 to go. Fourth quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Canada's team. Canada's sports leader. Jack, Matt, Kayla, Kia, Kate, Leo, and Sam bring you the Toronto Raptors.
They're going to give you everything they got every night.
All season long on TSN.
Hello!
This product may not be right for you. Read product label and follow directions.
Tired of thinning or receding hair? Try Hair Grow by New Nordic. Millions of men and women around the world trust Hair Grow. With its patented tocotrienol complex, the Hair Grow supplement is clinically proven to promote new hair growth and increase hair count in as little as 4 months. It's a new year and the perfect time for a new you. Start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available at Costco, Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, Loblaws, and London Drugs, or online at Amazon and newnordic.ca.
Looking for some fun this winter? Visit the Skate Lending Library for free skate rentals, helmets, and skating aids. Proudly presented by Desjardins Financial Group. For participating locations, go to toronto.ca/skatelending.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
$10:13 to go in the ball game. Raptors 94, Boston 84. I just felt in my heart watching the way the Raptors had played the last 4 or 5 games. We were going to be in for a tussle tonight.
Well, and I said it as well to you before that I thought the win against Golden State, where there was a clear game plan that was stuck to, it also breeds confidence into your players that, okay, if we stick to a game plan, we're going to have success. We can have success. And coming into this game, I trusted that, one, they're playing against the defending champs. It's going to elevate your play. It's going to bring your play up. But 2, right, the focus defensively, the focus, on execution and game plan was going to be there.
Boston ball, front court. Brown, Porzingis, Derek White out there with Pritchard and Drew Holiday. Jaylen Brown into the lane, puts it up, blocked out of bounds. Bruce Brown saying it was a travel. So was Olynyk. Raptors get the block anyway.
You mentioned it before too. Scotty's been locked in defensively, right? The different matchups he's had. Tatum, he's had Brown. On that play there, he stops, plants on 2 to try and draw a charge, and picks up a block.
Porzingis in the lane. They lobbed it up to him over Shed, and then Boucher coming across to help drew the foul. $9:50 to go in the ball game. Toronto with its biggest lead of the night at 10 points, 94-84. The Celtics, as Porzingis misses the free throw. The Celtics, after a big start to the season where they went 21-5, are 7-6 in their last 13 games. Porzingis misses 2, and Boucher grabs the rebound. Here comes Toronto. Front court, Celtics in the zone. Barnes, short corner. Inside to Brown. It's deflected away, out of bounds. It'll stay with Toronto. J.D. Rawls thought it was off Toronto, and veteran Carl Lane blew his whistle, said, hold on, youngster, it's the other way. So it'll stay Toronto ball. Front court, inbounding left wing, near side, right in front of Joe Mazzulla. Shed, inbound, gets it back, his three, no good. Rebound, Barnes. Brown, three up top, no good. Long rebound, Drew Holiday. Front court, Holiday on the dribble. Gets it into the corner to Pritchard, guarded by Barnes. Up top, Porzingis. Back to Pritchard, shot fake into the corner. Holiday contested three, no good. Great rebound in traffic by Boucher. A rapacious rebound by Chris. Shed to Olynyk, into the lane. Kelly underneath. Brown lays it up and in.
Job just being around Brown. Right, Shed, a clean pass to Kelly. Kelly catches it. Great interior passing. Touch pass to Brown around the basket, under the basket.
Holiday lobs it up to Porzingis, knocked away by Brown, and they're going to call the foul on Bruce Brown. I don't care what you say about Bruce Brown. He plays with a fierce energy.
Bigger.
I mean, that dude takes off his shoes at the end of the night, and they keep running for 10 minutes.
And you know what I... Somebody's got to control this guy. Somebody get this guy Jones. He's unhinged over here.
Offensive foul. Porzingis trips Scotty Barnes trying to get through the screen on Jaylen Brown. And the Raptors, with a 12-point lead at 96-84, will come front court looking for more carnage. Barnes, pass deflected, gets it to Boucher. Shot fake, sidestep, corner three, no good. Tip, Bruce Brown, no good. Rebound by Brown, fouled again. There's that energy I'm talking about. Bruce Brown on his pogo stick 2 times before he gets the foul.
Happy for Bruce, right? And before the half, he'd walked over to the scores table. You could just see the frustration on his face a bit. Just the minutes are choppy, and he hasn't been able to get a flow. And I think this last stretch here, where he's been influencing the game and had an impact on the game, rebounded basketball, defending, and had the basketball in his hands a couple possessions, and that makes a huge difference, even just in his body language and his disposition, right? Smiling, just missed a free throw, but still smiling and feeling a part of the game. And it's also good to know that Chris Boucher is human, right? He's actually human. Missed that last shot there, and the last couple of games, 4 or 5 games, everything he's touched has been going.
Brown free throw, 1 of 2. 97-84, Raptors by 13 as we round to the top of the stretch. 8:30 to go. Derek White, front court. On the bounce, Celtics moving left to right. Porzingis above the arc, straight away. Gets it to Jaylen Brown. Works over to the far side, left wing. Squares up on Boucher. Drive, crosses over into the lane. Fall away jumper, no good. Rebound, Kelly Olynyk.
It's a big-time contest by Chris Boucher, but also coming down to staying disciplined, under control, not picking up a foul.
Boucher drives baseline, reverse layup, no good. And Shed ties up Porzingis for the jump ball. And Jabal looks at him, and he looks right at the word Celtics on the script across the chest of Porzingis.
I'll tell you where Porzingis went wrong is he brought that basketball down.
Don't bring it down.
That's in Jamal Shed is 6 foot, and that's on a good day. So you bring that basketball down, that's in his territory. He comes up with it. Hey. I'm not sure he's going to win this jump ball. I can't guarantee you that. Well, but if you put the ball in front of his face, he's going to take it.
If you're the Raptors, step in, right? It's like a rebound. See if you can step in when it's tipped. I'd back Boucher up. If that tip goes to Jason Tatum, there could be a run out, and Bruce Brown smartly moves back. Holiday controls the jump ball. 7:50 to go in the game. Toronto by 13. Holiday to Porzingis on the lob. He jams it down. 97-86. Raptors by 11. Shed, 3-ball far side, good, down the bottom of the well. As RJ passed him the ball, you could hear him saying, shoot the ball, Jamal. 186, Toronto by 14. Tatum drive to Holiday. On the bounce. Up top, Peyton Pritchard, a deep three, no good. Rebound, Boucher, knocked out of bounds by Tatum. It'll be Toronto ball. 7:16 to go. Toronto by 14. 100-86. Raptors front court. Shed drives into the lane, lays it up, blocked by Tatum. Here comes Brown on the run to Pritchard. Down the baseline, kick to Holiday. Three is short. Rebound, Boucher. Up the middle of the floor. Tries to get it to Barrett. Thought he was fanning out. Good intention by Chris.
Great intention.
Had the ball in the middle, but you had Jamal Shed, the point guard, on the floor running the wing.
And you want to get the ball to the guard, take the responsibility off of yourself, put that on the guards, and you just run the floor.
Tatum into the lane, and the foul will be on Barrett. And a good continuation of the contest by Olynyk, or else Tatum's going to ask for the and one. .6:43 to go. We approach the top of the stretch. 100-86 Toronto. Holiday up top. Gets a switch on Olynyk. Now Brown jumps out. They get it to Jaylen Brown. Floater in the lane. No good. Rebound Boucher. Off to Shed. Here come the Raptors front court. Right to left toward Bay Street in the red. Shed into the lane. Kicks it out. Boucher, three in the air, back rim, no good. Rebound, Chris gets it back. This drive, no good. Olynyk tips it up, no good. Rebound, Porzingis. Here comes Pritchard on the run. Stutter dribble. Now gets it to Jaylen Brown. Kick out. Pritchard drives. Cut off by Boucher. Crosses over into the lane. Puts it up and in. Timeout, Darko.
Pritchard just sticking with it. He had the matchup with Chris Boucher. Kept his dribble alive and just found a way to get something at the basket. Chris was a little tired from the last couple possessions going up and down.
188. Top of the stretch. 5:57 to go. Raptors by 12. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
We are summer. Are you ready?
It's coming soon. North America's largest indoor boat show, the Toronto International Boat Show. New this year, late night Thursday. The show will be open until 10 p.m. Extended hours for shopping on Thursday night, January 18th to 26th at the Enercare Center.
We are summer. Are you ready?
We are summer.
The Toronto Boat Show.
Visit TorontoBoatShow.com.
USA Network presents a gripping new HBO Max original series.
Welcome to the pit. Let's go save some lives.
From the executive producer of ER and The West Wing, John Wells. The Pit. New episode Thursday at 10 on USA Network. Free preview on now with participating TV providers.
How can you protect your keys? Simply attach a War Amps key tag to your key ring. If you lose your keys, the War Amps can return them to you by courier for free. War Amps key tags. They're free and they work. Order yours at waramps.ca.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
5:57, fourth quarter. Raptors trying to hang on and get to the finish. They lead Boston 100-88. It's been a terrific fight from the hometown boys all night, Javon Shepherd.
A great fight. And you know what, Jonesy, what I've been impressed with is the effort that you got against Golden State, but then also this Boston team is a completely different team in terms of makeup, in terms of physicality. And they've met that with this team here right from the start.
That'll be Raptor ball. They make some subs. Pirtle and Grady back in.
Growing is also trying to figure out to win different ways, in different types of games. And with 5 minutes and 57 seconds left to go, right, the Raptors are positioning themselves to win. And this would be 2 really good back-to-back wins for this team.
Barrett, Barnes, Dick, Pirtle, and Mitchell for Toronto. Raptors ball front court, 8 on the shot clock. Barrett gets it to Barnes. Shot fake, drives into the lane. Turnaround jumper, good! Scotty wheels and fires. Fades, fires, fills it up. 102-88 Toronto. Barnes with 16. Drew Holiday drives baseline far side.
Yeah, Davion Mitchell had to make a choice between stopping the penetration or getting back out. Great Dick's got to get back into play or make a decision whether he's getting out or he's recovering with a bit more urgency.
RJ in the lane. Took the cutoff angle on Jaylen Brown, who was coming down his back, and floats it home. 104-90 Toronto. Pritchard to Holiday up top. Tatum drives into the lane to Holiday, lays it in. 4:45 to go. 104-92, Raptors by 12. Mitchell drive, lay it up, no good. Porzingis with the contest and the rebound. Here comes Pritchard. Big trip for Boston. Porzingis up top, kicks it to Holiday, swing it to Tatum. On Barrett, crosses over, into the lane, drives. Barrett had a piece of the ball, and they're going to call a foul on RJ.
Nothing easy. Nothing easy.
No, and this is where I will get on my soapbox. Jason Tatum gave RJ 2 or 3 of his best moves carrying the basketball. Like that hesitation dribble, when your hand is down at 5, 6 o'clock, I'm sorry, that's bending the rules to get an advantage. Misses the free throw. Maybe the basketball gods are listening. 104-92 Toronto, 4:20 to go. Tatum's second free throw is good. He's got 15. Raptors leading 104-93. It's 11. Barrett drives to the nail. Finds Pirtle. Has the ball knocked away. Barrett on the floor for it. Gets it to Barnes. Cross court to Grady, to Davion. Shot clock at 3. Barnes in the air. No good. Ooh. Rebound Jaylen Brown. Under 4 minutes to go. Toronto by 11. Brown. Oh, and they got a foul called on Davion Mitchell, who puts his hands to his mouth and says, oh, no, no, no. Carl Lane comes over to explain. It ends with a couple of smiles, but it'll mean Jaylen Brown goes to the line for 2. Jaylen Brown tonight, 9 points, misses the first free throw.
He has not been at his best.
Brown and Tatum tonight have combined for 9 for 29.
Yeah.
I mean, Porzingis 7 of 9, Holiday 5 of 11, Pritchard 7 of 10. They've picked up the slack. Brown's second free throw good. So it's a 10-point lead for Toronto, 3:50 to go. Need a couple of solid possessions here. They throw it away. RJ peels back and knocks the ball away. But a turnover by the Raptors at a very inopportune time. 104-94 Boston, 3:47 to go. Oh, look after the basketball like it's your last dollar. Brown, near side in front of the Raptor bench, gets it up top to Tatum. Against Barnes, now to Brown, on Pirtle. Raptors in the gaps. They kick it cross court. Pritchard 3, no good. Rebound Grady. Gets it to Mitchell. He'll bring it front court. Barely gets it over the timeline. Grady between the circles, works left, near side, gets it to Barnes straight away. Scotty gets the switch, goes to work on Pritchard, lays it up, no good. Pirtle with the follow, lays it in. 106-94 Toronto, 3:06 to go, timeout Joe Mazzulla.
Second efforts, right, and Pirtle letting out a big yell, coming up with the offensive rebound. And think about how Scotty got to the basket on that play. One dribble from the top of the key, past Pritchard, past Brown, past Tatum. And Jakob Pirtle doing the dirty work, just cleaning up.
Well, smart play by Scotty, says to Grady, give me the screen, they'll switch, and I got the little one on me. And even though he missed the layup, Javon, when you get that penetration and a big guy comes to help, it turns your big guy loose on the glass. .306 to go. Raptors with the lead, 106-94. Can they hang on? Raptors break the huddle. Pirtle, Barrett, Barnes, Mitchell, and Grady Dick. Here comes Pritchard, front court, on the bounce. Gets it to Tatum. To Porzingis, pull-up jumper on the move, no good, short rebound, R.J. Barrett. Toronto front court with the orange and a 12-point lead, 2:44, down the stretch we come. Barrett curls into the lane, drive, lay it up and in! Toronto by 14, 108-94, 2.5 to go. Tatum on the bounce into the lane, kicks it out, Pritchard. Holiday down the baseline, up top to Brown, Raptors recovering. Brown drives, layup no good, rebound no good, tipped away, Barrett squeezes it. 2:10 to go. Scotty walks it over the mid-court line. And I think Joe Mazzulla is going to throw in the towel. Scotty up top to Barrett. RJ drive, lay it up and no good. It bounced halfway down and came out. Rebound to Barnes. Minute 45 to go. Scotty backs in, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound Tatum. Minute 38 to go. Joe Mazzulla has 5 people waiting at the bench. Brown drive, no good. Rebound to Barnes. Mitchell over midcourt. Minute 20 to go. Grady fouled by Tatum. And Davion Mitchell saying to Mark Davis, you called me on a technical for much less than that. You're going to let Jason Tatum get away with that? That's okay, Davion. You're about a minute and 22 seconds away from an impressive, hard-fought, intense win.
Against a healthy Celtics team.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody sitting out. Barrett, 3, short, rebound, Xavier Tillman. Boston will bring it front court. Jaden Springer into the lane on Grady, turns, puts it up, is fouled, and he'll get a couple of free throws. 63 seconds to go. Toronto up by 14. Free throw, no good. Springer, the youngster out of Tennessee, He was actually drafted back in 2021 by the Sixers. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, R.J. Barrett. No, Toronto's got this one, about to put it in the fridge and close the door. 108-94. Barnes drives on Hauser, gets to the lane, lays it up and in. Put out the fire, call in the dogs. The hunt is over. 110-94 Toronto, 35 seconds to go. Looky, the Raptors on the right end of a laugher. And against the defending champs at that. Hauser steps back, his three is good. 110-97. Raptors will bring it front court and dribble out the clock. Scotty Barnes on the bounce, saying to the crowd, get up, give me some love, as he lets the ball dribble out of bounds.
He didn't let it. It was just too much emotion.
That's going to land him on Shaqtin' a Fool, though. Springer throws it up, no good. It's a final. The Toronto Raptors defend home court. Back-to-back wins for the Raptors. They defeat the defending champion Boston Celtics. It's a final at Scotiabank Arena. Toronto 110, Boston 97.
A complete team effort, right? Everybody came in and contributed something for the Raptors. 32 bench points, but what was impressive to me, they shot 50% from the floor. And I thought, Scotty Barnes was exceptional this game. 18 points, 9 assists, but his impact on the defensive end, he played Tatum, he played Brown. He was a help defender, closing out on Porzingis. He just did so many things on the court tonight, and then just played with passion, played with so much emotion. We're going to laugh at it, right? He lost the basketball at the last second of the game there, but he was turned to the crowd and hyping them up with just so much force.
Scotty, terrific job tonight. We're saying that last play might land you on Shaqtin' a Fool, but at least they're watching.
I don't give a damn.
I know.
We got the damn dub, man, at home.
Scotty, I know you don't.
We just beat a great team, Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I know you don't. It was a terrific effort. You in particular, man, you look like you are locked in defensively tonight.
I'm locked in every night, man. Body feels great. We've been just communicating our preparation as a team, our hard work, our dedication to each and every single day in practice. We've been talking about it, what we need to do in these late game situations. And look at us, we're down here executing. We lost a lot of games, fourth quarter. Other team goes on a run. We can't score, but we've been executing, and that's the most important thing.
What's helped you turn the corner, Scotty?
Like I said, we've just been talking. We had a meeting 3 days ago about what we need to do late game situations, and we're out here executing. That just goes to hard work, preparation, dedication, and just our camaraderie is just together right now.
Scotty, you yourself have been featuring the mid-post game a bit more and, getting into the block more. Is that something that you're seeing out there, or has that been a collaborative effort with the coaching?
A lot of teams don't prepare for that. A lot of people don't really defend that as well because, today's game, they're really trying to take that out. I've been working on that for the past 2 summers. So just be able to go out here knowing what I'm going to get to, and I'm going to rise over the top of the defense and I'm going to shoot it. So it doesn't really matter who's right there or not. I trust in my work.
You're the leader of this team, and it's clearly a year where, tomorrow we're coming off of 2 big wins, right? And tomorrow everybody's going to be saying all the positive things, all the great things about the Raptors, yourself, and so forth. How do you go into the locker room and keep everybody motivated throughout the season?
We've been building this since the summer, man. We've been building this since the summer. We've been working hard, building our relationship, talking to each other each and every single day. Even after losses, it doesn't even feel like a loss. We're a great group. We always stay together. We know we got what it takes. We just got to come every day, work hard, leave our egos out the window, play as a team.
Great job tonight, Scotty. Great win. Let's hope for 3 in a row on Friday night,
yes,
brother.
Sir. What they said last year? Pizza party?
Pizza party. Well, maybe Scotty will be there for the pizza party. Maybe it'll be 2-for-1 pizza sponsoring it, Josh. What do you think? Doesn't matter. Smiles all around. The Raptors get the win tonight. 110-97 over the Boston Celtics. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg up next on the postgame. For the entire crew, we say thank you for listening. This has been Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. Good night from the floor of Scotiabank Arena.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker.
Football fans, it's the NFL playoffs wild card weekend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and making a difference in our community. We're running the SickKids Football Frenzy for every single game of the college football playoffs, every single game of the NFL playoffs, so that we can help raise money for SickKids Hospital. We are already over $700 donated in just the first couple games of the college football playoffs. Let's make a difference. Joe, tell them more about our amazing campaign and the difference that it makes with SickKids Hospital in Toronto.
Cheers, insiders and football fans all over the world. This is Joe Bowen, Hall of Fame voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and, more importantly under these circumstances, a huge football fan of the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Well, we want to thank you for hanging out with us and cheering on your favorite team during the SickKids Football Frenzy campaign here on TSI, where we make a real-world difference in our Toronto community. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering how you are making a difference. Well, a percentage of revenue from every single game will be donated directly to SickKids Hospital, as we have raised over $6,500 in just 8 months. SickKids has impacted my life, and I'm sure the lives of countless families in the Toronto area, and I know probably a number of yours as well. Please check out the link that is pinned in the chat or in the description and donate if you are able. Let's show the power of community of sports fans making a difference. One of the best ways to increase the amount of the donation is to share the link of this YouTube live stream on social media to help bring more football fans to our amazing community, changing the world one insider at a time. We'll see you in the chat. And holy Mackinac, thank you for helping us raise money for SickKids Hospital as we heal the future.
It's a final at Scotiabank Arena. Toronto 110, Boston 97.
That is Paul Jones with the final call. Javon Shepard alongside, and 110-97 the final score. Welcome to Raptors Game Night, the post-game show live from Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy and Warren Ward high above the action. Jonesy kind enough to hang around. So, Jonesy, I mean, what is the lead story here? I mean, what are you most happy about? That was a stunningly good fourth quarter. That was a great game. Everybody participated. It's 2 wins in a row. Nice build on the Monday game, and here we are Wednesday night defeating the defending NBA champs, the Boston Celtics. There's so much positive here.
Yeah, you know, Jim, to me, the biggest thing was the sustainability. Like, the Raptors won. As I look down at the box score, do the old Red Fox, look for the glasses that helped me look for the glasses. But the Raptors won 3 of the 4 quarters. If I look at the look at the final box, they won 3. They lost the first quarter. They won the second, third, and fourth quarter, held Boston to 15 in the fourth quarter. So I think for me, it was, 1, the sustainability, consistent effort, everybody doing their job, staying locked in on the task at hand, not worrying about if everybody does their job, nothing breaks down. And for the most part, they did that tonight. And then I look at, as Scotty told us, and Javon and I were just talking about it off air, that was a very revealing post-game interview when we asked him about the execution down the stretch, which was good tonight, really good tonight, the same way it was Monday night against Golden State. He said, we sat down we talked about it. This is something that you do together so you can figure it out. And then when Javon asked him about, scoring in the mid-range, he says, well, nobody prepares for that. I mean, he was I don't know if he was telling tales out of school, but he gave us some really good stuff there. And I think I was most pleased with the sustainability and for the second game in a row, the stretch time execution. Only 11 turnovers tonight, Jim. That's it. And when I look at the fourth quarter, when the turnovers seem to become those of biblical proportions at times, they only had 3 in this fourth quarter.
Well, and those are 2 good fourth quarters in a row. Monday was the same thing against the Warriors, and tonight, same thing against the defending champs Celtics. Warren, when you look at the way the Celtics tried to win this, they relied on the 3 ball, yet they could only hit 1 in the fourth quarter. They only had 15 points. I mean, you could criticize the Celtics, but that's Raptor defense too, isn't it?
Well, it's a couple things. It's the fact that the Celtics decided to basically shoot their way in the game and shoot their way out the game. They relied too much on threes, and I love the fact that third quarter Scotty took on the challenge of guarding Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum at various points in the game, and they decided to settle for jump shots. They didn't want to attack the basket, and the Raptors made it very, very difficult. You hold a Celtic team to under 100 points, not to mention the Raptors shot right on their averages. They made 11 threes. They take 33 a game. So, I was of the notion that they should be taking more because that's what the league is doing. But to Jonesy's point about Scotty, you see, me personally, I was a mid-range type of player.
Right.
It's the only shot in the league where you're shooting on the move. It's hard for someone to slide and challenge it and contest the shot at the same exact time. So I love the fact that Scotty says that because it's a lost art in today's day and age.
Yep. Unless you're named DeMar DeRozan, right?
Unless you're named DeMar DeRozan, that's right. Because most guys, they want to shoot threes or get to the rim. But in the playoffs, teams take away the rim and they guard 3-point line. So what's left? The mid-range.
Yeah.
And you look at the masters and the tacticians of basketball, Jordan, Kobe, those type of players, they all score hefty points in the mid-range area. It's very hard to defend it. So I love the fact that he recognizes that at a young age and he's continuing to build. And he said he practiced it the last 2 seasons. So that's from an individual standpoint. Team standpoint, the defensive intensity was there from start to finish. You have every single starter with 2 or more assists in the game. All of them are in double figures. The basketball moved. This was a complete win and a team that looked like they I don't know where they got it from. I don't know if Jonesy gave them something before the game or whatever it was. You gave them a few dollars before the game, Tap Man. We know your wallet's hefty. I don't know what happened, but the last 2 games, the overall energy is there. And even when they make mistakes, their body language is not changing. There was a timeout for the Celtics. I don't remember who scored. I tried to think about it. I don't remember. But the body language, Peyton Pritchard, all of them, they all turned around and just looked sluggish.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is something they have to fix. But at the same time, it just goes to show you that tonight the Raptors looked like a team that was wearing the Celtics down. Quarter by quarter, possession by possession. The Celtics could only settle for jump shots, and that's what they rely on. They rely on that three-point ball a lot. The Raptors made every shot difficult, and they got a much-deserved win.
Well, sorry, go ahead, Paul.
No, Jim, I was going to say to Warren, make some great points, like some absolutely salient points. The reliance on the 3, and Warren says it like a guy who's played for a coach like me who's told them, hey, you're their best player. When you start taking bad jump shots, you can shoot your team into the game and you can shoot your team out of the game. You keep both teams in the game the way you play. And I look at Boston tonight, 16 of 46 from behind the arc. And I talk about playing kind of the old-fashioned way that doesn't really go out of style. The Raptors, 60 to 40 points in the paint, played to their identity, 18 to 5 on fast break points. Shall we go back and watch the video and look at how many of those bad threes or missed threes turned into fast breaks for the Raptors or easy scores at the other end, if not a true fast break point? So there's something to be said about playing the old-fashioned way with the new school wrinkle. I'm not against threes, but I want the right people shooting them from the right place at the right time. And as Warren said, if you can develop that mid-range, Jim, that is just deadly. It is
and
so
just not
hard
every
to
possession.
stop.
I mean, we watch the Celtics come down. Tatum shoots a 3. Pritchard shoots a 3. Porzingis is shooting a 3. And if Porzingis and Pritchard are your two leading scorers, you're not going to win many basketball games.
Right,
so,
right.
In my opinion, a good basketball player scores at all 5 levels. You can shoot a 3. You can definitely get to your mid-range. You can get to the rim. You can post up, and you can draw fouls. If you can do all 5 of those things, you're basically unguardable. But the one caveat, the one that will take you over the top between shooting a 3 and getting to the rim is if you have the ability to stop on a dime and pull up. And to me, every basketball player I've looked at, Paul George, like I said, Kobe, Michael, all of those, Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, like they all have a mid-range game because in the playoffs, that is what is available. That is what you're going to be able to get to. Yep. Kevin Durant, for he's another one. Carmelo Anthony, like Tracy McGrady, one of my favorite players. All those guys, mid-range type of players. And if you look across the league, even young players today who are idolizing older players like, a Brandon Miller on Charlotte, for example, mid-range assassin, and that is what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to score at all 5 levels, but you definitely want to have that mid-range in there. And we saw Scottie take advantage of that. RJ Barrett is someone who I think that is the one key thing missing from his game. He can get to the rim at will. He just needs to master that. But Scottie is taking that on, and he didn't shoot himself out of the game. And in fact, he started to progress point-wise later on. He only had 8 points at halftime or something of that nature. So he's working his way into the game slowly, whereas the Celtics are coming down and 3 after 3. And when they go in, it's great. It's a party.
Yeah.
And when they don't,
and
it's like,
wow.
But today's NBA is like you have to live with that. You have to say, okay, well, we're either going to live with the 3 or die with it because, like Jonesy said, you will shoot your way in a game or out of a game. And I've been on both sides where I've shot myself in a game and I've definitely shot myself out of one.
Warren, just again to kind of punctuate that, people live with it too easily in this day and age, and I think that's. I mean, you look at some of the great shooters of yesteryear. If they'd been able to play this way,
Allen Houston, Reggie Miller. Oh my goodness!
Just not without fear of reprisal. Coach pulling you out of the game, or nobody cares if you're 3 of 9 from 3. Just keep going. Like it makes it totally different. I think if you're the Raptors, you found something playing to your strength, and I'd like to see it continue.
Well, and that's a good point because they've had so many injuries that we didn't know, and even without Quickly tonight, we didn't know exactly what the full unit would look like. But over the last 2 games, there's room for everybody, isn't there?
Yeah, there sure is, Jim. And, we talk about how well the bench is playing. Well, the bench has got stronger players because you have healthy starters back.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, even Magic Boucher didn't have his greatest game in terms of point production, but I still think he played well. And if you look at the total points off of the bench, I mean, you got contribution from everybody, and that's what you need every single night. And as Jonesy has said many times, you've shown your cards, and now you have to find a way to continue to execute at this type of level because you just beat the defending champs in the NBA, and you did it handsomely. You did it with character. You did it with energy. You did it with effort, and you showed that you have the ability. You showed what's capable of this group, and they're still missing their point guard. It's not like Quickly's available. He's still not playing consistently. So just think about what the team would be doing if this is what they are capable of. And now, obviously, in a course of an 82-game season, you are not going to be performing like this, where you're shooting the basketball well every single night. No one's saying that. Not at all.
But it's they sent a bunch of guys to the G League team today because they've got so many players here.
Exactly.
And to have this result out of that, I mean, so maybe we have a different team here than we thought. I don't know what to say, Jonesy. It is positive though.
It is, Jim, and this is the team that I thought we would see at the beginning of the year, which is why I said they would be in the running for a play-in or potential playoff spot. I mean, you still don't have Quickly, but he's the only real guy that's missing, and you got Barnes healthy now. Barrett's, recovered from his illness. You're healthy. This is the team that we thought we'd see at the beginning of the year, and don't tell me this team isn't in or better than the same neighborhood of Washington, Brooklyn, Atlanta, all of those teams that were in that muddle with Toronto towards the end of last season. I thought by default you would have a chance at a play-in. Maybe not so much. Who knows? There's still half the season to go. But, there's some organizational things that you need to consider too. But look, if you know my philosophy on that, I'm always for winning. I never think winning is a bad thing.
Yeah, well said, Jonesy. Thanks for hanging around. Appreciate it.
Pleasure, guys.
All right, so this is we're at. Let me just do some math here. We're at 41 games, right? This is the halfway mark tonight. So there you go. So as you hit the halfway mark, the last two games sort of push this team in a different direction. It's a different look. It's a positive look, and you wonder where we would be if the season had started that way. But that doesn't take into consideration all those guys off the bench tonight who did well, started and actually played, as you've detailed nicely on these broadcasts, a lot of other minutes that they wouldn't have had before. So they're actually stronger or better for it.
I would have to say so. And I mean, I thought that the Raptors, if you take away the fact that they've been unhealthy, you take away the fact that they've lost 14 games by less than 6 points, the team record obviously will be much different. But I don't think Jamal Shed is taking step-back jumper threes over Kristaps Porzingis if he didn't get an opportunity to play early on in the season. I don't think he's doing that. And not to mention, the shot clock's winding down too. Yeah. So, and he just came in the game as well. It wasn't like he's been playing for 3 or 4 minutes. He literally just got on the court, and that was his first available shot, and he took it. So, I don't think those things are happening for Boucher, whoever else is on the floor coming off the bench. They were put in the fire early on, playing against very good teams. The Toronto Raptors have had one of the toughest schedules as well. They have played some very good teams back to back and competing with an unhealthy lineup at numerous times, or different guys substituting. So you have to factor in all of those things. They're not excuses. That's just the reality of it. We can say we think the team would have been better, or the record would be this. It's not. It is what it is. But they have shown what they're capable of tonight. They showed it against Golden State, and I don't think execution is something you can put together into a roster. That doesn't matter. Execution is something that you can see on the floor when the team is there, regardless of who's playing. And tonight and against Golden State, they've done that. And I think as they continue to build, they will win more games because of their execution and the fact that they're doing it by committee. You get contribution from everyone on the floor. Like I said, all starters have 2 or more assists. That's the type of basketball Darko wants to play. And I was under the impression that they needed to take more threes because that's what the league is doing. If you're, as the Raptors were, 29th in 3-point attempts, you're not shooting enough, right? And the rest of the league is surpassing you just on math. They have more attempts at 3 than you are shooting at 2. And if your strength is to get to the rim, which the Raptors' strength is to get to the basket. They're top 5 in that category for a reason. They're constantly going to the rim. That's Darko's philosophy. Attack the paint, shoot threes as a secondary option. Tonight, they're on their average, but it's their defense. And it was their energy that kept Boston out of rhythm. They didn't string together 3, 4, 5 threes in a row. They didn't have any of their confidence. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown go 9 for 31. That is Raptors basketball, and it looked, for the first time this season, it looked like this place was a tough place to play.
Yeah, I agree with that. You saw some backbone, if you will. I want to go back to the Scotty Barnes interview just because we would, when you're on the outside and you're looking at things, you sort of group them all together. But he sort of brought you into the work that goes into this and what it meant to a player.
Absolutely.
We have to live with this. We have to do this every day. And I've been working on this for the last 2 years.
And Tatman, this is honestly part of the reason why I got into broadcasting, because I understand that, and I know I didn't get to that level per se, but I know from 18, 19 to work on something and see it take fruition when you're 26.
Right.
And this is,
and when it does, somebody will come up to you and talk to you like it was going to happen.
Exactly.
Happen yesterday, right?
Exactly. Or better yet, they know exactly what you did to go ahead and become successful at whatever it is you're doing, right?
Yeah.
No, Scotty Barnes' game is not an overnight success. And I've always said this. We see the 2.5 hours that these guys are on the floor. We see nothing when they go in the tunnel. We see nothing after. We only see what they produce, and that's what we judge by. And that's an unfair thing, but that's the business, right?
Yeah,
but
you're judged on results.
You're judged on and everything.
And highlights.
But nobody cares about the process of that.
No, it's a long process.
To create highlights, to create results, there's a process, and there's a framework, and there's things you have to do, and you can't improve your jump shot unless you have the handle to go ahead and do so, and I can give you so many different examples of what I'm talking about, but I can watch Scottie Barnes play, and I think last season he improved as a three-point shooter, where this season he's putting the ball on the floor more. And if you pay attention to what he does, that last dribble he takes, and I learned this from Jason Kidd, that last dribble you take, it has to be a pound dribble, because as a right-handed shooter, it's easier for you to take a hard dribble, the ball comes up harder, and it's much easier to get into your shot. If you take a soft dribble like this, you have to bring the ball up higher to get into your shooting pocket. If you watch Scottie shoot the basketball, anytime he shakes a pull-up, that last dribble is hard. And something like that takes repetition. And you have to know that. You have to learn it. And it's not easy, because you got to do that between the legs. You got to do it off a crossover. You have to do it from many different variations. Even when he has the ball in the post, his last dribble is always hard. So that probably has taken him 2-3 years for him to now have the confidence, after repping it over and over again, to now do it on the floor against live defense in a crowded arena, under pressure, and on top of that, being the guy on the team when he's now piecing together his game. And I promise you, over the next few years, he will continue to add little building blocks to it, and then we will go ahead and talk about how he's added and become improved. And Chris Boucher's done the same thing, and you can go down the list of every single player, and that's what it means to improve and get better.
So on that last dribble, just because as you were saying it, I had a visual in my mind. If you're trying to defend that, there's nothing you can do about it.
No, you can. There's definitely things you can do about it, but really good players figure out a way to get to it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not impossible, but it's just, mind you, it's like I can't describe it really, but you have the basketball, and if I make a move and I take one dribble and it's hard, it's very hard to steal the basketball, especially if I'm protecting it, if it's right near my foot as it's supposed to be. There's many different things you can get away with, but defensively you have to read that, and guys do, or you do, or most guys do with Scottie, you just contest and hope that he misses, all right? But it's very vital as an offensive player for you to take that last dribble and make sure that it's hard, because then it gets back into your shooting pocket. Because, man, he's 6'8", 6'9", so that ball has to bounce and come back up and get right into that pocket. So, those little details and nuances are things that he's definitely had to work on and have the handle and the confidence to go ahead and pull that off in a game.
Raptors win 110-97 over the visiting Boston Celtics. This is Raptors Game Night, live from Scotiabank Arena on TSN 1050.
Did you wake up to this?
The National Basketball Association on SiriusXM. For a full list of games and
Internet 970. 8 p.m. TCU takes on Utah. TCU on XM 392 Internet 982. Utah on XM 390 Internet 980. 8 p.m. Tennessee faces Georgia. Tennessee on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 81. Georgia on XM 389 Internet 979. 9 p.m. Colorado faces Cincinnati. Colorado on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 84. Cincinnati on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 83. 9 p.m. Florida State faces Pitt. Florida State on XM and Internet 371. Pitt on XM 381 Internet 971. 9 p.m. Virginia faces SMU. Virginia on XM 383 Internet 973. SMU on XM 382 Internet 972. 9:30 p.m. Washington faces Purdue on XM 385 Internet 975. 10 p.m. Oklahoma faces Texas. Oklahoma on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 81. Texas on XM 386 Internet 976. 11 p.m. UNLV takes on Utah State. UNLV on XM 388 Internet 978. Utah State on XM 387 Internet 977. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 7 p.m. Michigan takes on Washington on Sirius 209 XM 196 and Internet 958. 7 p.m. Rutgers faces Michigan State on Sirius 211 XM 197 and Internet 959. 7 p.m. St. John's takes on UConn on Sirius 208 XM 201 and Internet 963. 7 p.m. West Virginia faces Colorado on Sirius 158 XM 198 and Internet 952. 9 p.m. Oregon faces Purdue on XM 384 Internet 974. 10 p.m. USC takes on Northwestern on Sirius XM and Internet Channels 85. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM sports schedule for Wednesday, January the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In NCAA college men's basketball, 6 p.m. Vanderbilt takes on South Carolina. Vanderbilt on XM and Internet 374. South Carolina on XM 380 Internet 970. 6:30 p.m. Wake Forest faces Stanford. Wake Forest on XM